A little difficult to try and put it all together. There's only so much Jordan can do.
It's only so much we can do.
Ott comes in hitting .375 in the Wisconsin State League. A very nice night tonight. Was threatening rain. Latest forecast is the rain is going to hold off in this neighborhood until about 11 o'clock. I think Manitowoc might get hit pretty hard, though, Jordan.
Yeah, well, nice drive home after a long game. We'll see if we get through it even or not.
Got to get 5 in.
Or maybe 4.5 if we're up.
I was looking at the results and the upcoming games. Sheboygan and Green Bay have played twice. Sheboygan losing the first game 9-6, but then coming back
Big
and
time.
winning 12-0, a 5-inning game. Both of those games were played up in Green Bay. They face each other 3 more times, including tonight. All of those will be in Sheboygan.
Right back here next Tuesday, actually. So the same schedule coming up next week. Tuesday we'll be right here. We'll be back Thursday, though, as well. West Allis back in State League action.
Slow roller to Nice at short, and he boots it. Runner's going to reach.
Getting situated over there at shortstop. We haven't seen him play a whole lot over there. And
Not at all this year.
No.
He's always been at third base or DHing a little bit, but his spot is mostly third base. So makes you wonder if Pettit or Palmquist are here tonight. You know, that might be part of the reason for the change.
Very busy weekend. We wondered about the depth pitching especially, but it seems to be just fine, though. The big key is getting Coons through these innings rather effectively, and errors in the outfield are not going to help that.
You want to keep his pitch count down.
Oh, yeah.
First pitch comes in high, ball 1. A runner on first base, Ott. Reached on the fielding error. Jordan gave you a little bit of information. Blake Coons has pitched 17 innings, given up only 15 hits, had 30 strikeouts. Now he's up to 32. Has an ERA of 3.18. He's 0-1.
He's got 2 saves. I mean, that's when you look at him. He's a closer, so he's supposed to get those saves.
Yeah.
That record, not really a big deal at the end of the day, but looking for his first win of the year potentially as he gets by, and it's even at 2-2.
Speaking of closer, he leads the club in saves with 2. They only have 4, but still.
They all count.
Yeah, he has pitched mostly in relief. And he's been good in relief, too.
Oh, absolutely effective. So it's quite a change as that ball nearly got a car.
Ott, the runner at first, not getting a big lead over there. Coons not paying a lot of attention to him for that reason. Breaking ball stays up high.
Definitely was high. Fans not liking it.
That loads it up at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now Ott will be running.
Ott was not very efficient running over to first base, even with the error. He still barely made it in time. Really slowed up.
Pretty close. Pitch is fouled straight back by Elijah Frank. Frank over at first base tonight. Rick Bumgart throwing out the first pitch. Bummy, a 17-year veteran with the Sheboygan A's. He's in their Hall of Fame. Best part about Bummy, he's a great guy.
Oh, there you go.
Another pitch fouled off. There's a slow roller over to Andreas. He picks it up and takes it to the bag unassisted. No score for Green Bay in the top of the first. Sheboygan will be up after the break, and we'll give you their starting lineup at that time.
Asks. What does comfort mean to you? We know it means more than just the temperature. And the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For your heating and cooling needs, call Advanced Comfort Systems, Sheboygan's only Carrier factory authorized dealer.
When a Bud Light legend comes back, they do it carrying a squeaky beach chair, an inflatable dolphin, and a cooler full of perfectly chilled Bud Lights on hot sand, wearing only one flip-flop. Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin.
You serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Leading off for Sheboygan will be their left fielder, Gus Walker, batting second, and playing second is Ross Christ. Batting third and playing third base, Harry Stout. The Northwoods cleanup hitter is Jacob Neese at short. Jonathan Kim is batting fifth in center field. Batting sixth, Brady Zachrisson in right field, batting sixth. The DH is Jimmy Jurgensen. Jacoby Andreas bats eighth and plays first. And batting ninth is Caleb Lorbecki, the catcher. Defensively for Green Bay, they have Frank at first. Pitch called a strike. Habeckler is at second. Ott is at third. Summers is at short. Van Essen left. Bloom in center. Perry in right. Russell catching.
Wow.
And pitching is Owen Dupre.
That pitch absolutely fooled him as if he falls behind 1-2, came inside and then cut back in for a very close strike.
High chopper. Throw across is not in time, a little bit high. Watt not able to make an accurate throw, but I think it's going to be an infield hit.
That's what Bill gave him.
It was a tough play. Walker with great speed. We talked about Sheboygan winning the weekend tournament, going 5-0 to extend their winning streak to 11. Well, Ross Christ was the most valuable player of the tournament. Hopefully that hot play will continue here tonight.
He won that award, but it was Jimmy Jurgensen, a big walk-off in the semifinal, 4-1.
I think he had a couple home runs on the weekend.
He had a walk-off in that semifinal game and then had another big shot in the championship game as well.
Yeah, they beat Kewaskum A's 7-4 in that championship game.
I think one of the big keys for them to get that championship is playing Appleton and Kewaskum, two teams they're very familiar with. Seen them before this year, know their styles. Otherwise, they beat three other teams they definitely haven't seen so far this year. But this A's team has been on fire lately, and I expect that momentum to continue tonight.
I tell you, Dupre is throwing pretty hard out there. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch before that, he threw a good fastball that Chris was not able to catch up with. Harry's waiting on deck. Pop up in foul ground. Ott trots over and makes the catch.
In Tim Moyer territory, but Ott made it look easy redeeming himself for that little infield base hit he gave up earlier on.
That brings up Harry Stout. Harry currently hitting .414. Has 6 doubles, 5 home runs, 26 RBIs, leads the ball club. I tell you, Dupre in his first inning looks pretty electric, Jordan. He's really throwing the ball hard.
A lefty, too.
Gotta love those left-handers.
Absolutely.
Harry goes down the right side, but it's going to be way foul out on the New Jersey Avenue. No balls and 2 strikes. Walker on at first. Let's see if he's going. Eric Hasenstein in the house. It's hammer time. You can go to the A's team store and get a Hammer Time t-shirt just like Jordan has. Not wearing it tonight though.
No. Was that a foul ball or?
I think a swing and a miss.
But Harry's still in the box.
Harry's still in the box. Saying that he fouled it off. Jordan, just looking at the way it played out, I didn't think he hit it.
I didn't think he hit it either, but Harry sure thought he did, and he would be the best one to know out of anyone, and after a long explanation, he is indeed out.
So we got 2 outs now. Walker advances on the pass ball, and that leaves it up to Jacob Neese.
A little bit of confusion to start.
Yeah. Walker, good speed on second, should score on a hit to the outfield. Neese must have had a pretty good weekend. He's up to 277 on the season. 9 doubles, 3 homers.
High scoring weekend for the A's. They scored 5, 8, 12, 4, and 7. So scored no less than 4 runs in any one of those games. Is a big cut from Neese.
Yeah, good fastball again by Dupre. Infield deep at all positions for Greater Green Bay. Ball got away from Russell again.
Great
That
base
allows
running by Walker. Yeah, he was able to take second earlier on the dilemma. Now he takes third, making it a little bit easier for Neese.
Overall, Sheboygan is 17-11 against Greater Green Bay over the years. We mentioned about their 1-1 record so far this year. This is a very important game, not just because it involves both leagues, but because it involves staying in first place in the Northeastern Wisconsin League.
Green Bay right behind them at 6-2. They're also coming in on a 5-game win streak, and then a win would put the A's at 8-8 in state league play, and Green Bay's 8-9. So I mean, those two teams, they're both at the bottom of it right now. But the A's, it's all about staying atop of the NEW.
Good fastball. Neese couldn't catch up with it, and that ends the Sheboygan first. They stranded a runner on third after 1 complete inning of play, no score.
The great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef. It's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family-owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community, and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Weather report, 75 degrees currently. It's cloudy skies, but the chance of rain is not supposed to happen until after the ball game. So if you're still hemming and hawing whether to come to the ballpark, get out here. It's a wonderful night, and the wind is calm. You can see out in center field. Flag is not moving at all. So there's your game time weather report. Habeckler, second baseman, is up. Ethan, let's see if we got some batting stats on that young man.
Well, you'll have 2 of them, that's for sure.
Yeah, right. He's not on this sheet.
Well, he's
Go
down
look on
0-2 in
another
the
sheet.
count, and Coons
And he's
got
down
him
on
swinging a
strikes.
miss. Who needs stats when you're striking out?
Yeah, Coons with 3 strikeouts already. He's been a dynamite. Huh. Just looking through this first sheet once more to see if he's on there. We're in the top of the second, no score. And we talked about Dupre having an electric fastball. Coons has that also tonight.
Oh, yeah, he can top that one, that's for sure. There's another big cut foul, but Green Bay struggling to put the ball in play so far. One of the big things about them, though, in the Wisconsin State League, they have the 3rd most runs scored with 95. Next bit is at 133 and 101. As for the A's, they have a league low, just 71 runs scored in their 15 league games. 75 and 79 are the next closest, and it's actually Lombard with those 79 runs, even though they're 10-2.
Let's go through that. We got some stats on Habeckler, but we'll save it till next time since Summers is up now. Summers is quite a ball player. He's hitting .389 in the NEW, and he's played with Green Bay last couple of years. I remember announcing his name last year. And you got to figure if a guy's playing shortstop, he's probably a pretty good player.
That's usually how it works.
That's why I never played short.
No, absolutely not. Keep you far
but
away from there.
I had another reason. I was a left-hander.
Well, that's why you weren't a catcher either.
No. Called strike 3 on Griffin Summers. And that's going to bring up Trent Van Ness. Van Ness is playing out in left field tonight. Pitch looked a little high, but it was called a strike. We'll take it. That evens the count at 1-1. Van Ness not doing so well in the new, hitting 125, but has only come to bat 8 times. It's like we say, it's all about who shows up.
It's all about who
you
shows up and how they
team,
perform.
But if they're not showing up, it's not going to make much difference. There's a line drive base hit to left. Good play out there by Walker to hold Van Ness to a 2-out single.
And you want to talk about showing up. I mean, you look at that Green Bay bullpen. It is very, very, very full down there in the dugout. They bring their ace squad each and every game. We saw it especially in the State League Challenge as well. They had a huge roster of guys that came down.
That brings up the number 8 hitter, Matt Perry. They're jumping on those first pitches. You know, looking at Van Ness in the Wisconsin State League, he's played a lot there. 32 at-bats with a .250 batting average.
Whoa.
Coons' pitch rides up high.
Green Bay's been a very active team. They got 8 games of the NEW and then 17 in the Wisconsin State League. They're the only team with 6 wins in the NEW, even though we're above them with 5 with that 5-1 record. That 12-0 win earlier in the season was very, very big. Is going to second.
Orbecki's throw is a little bit late. Stolen base for Van Ness. It's interesting looking at the stat line for Matt Perry. He's at bat right now. He's on here twice, but if you put them together, he's 6. Check that, 9 for 40. So not a real healthy batting average. Coons' pitch rides up high. Evens the count at 2-2. We have 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Man on second.
Second
no
inning.
score. Yeah, in the second inning. That definitely classifies as Deuces Wild.
Did he go? Yes,
And
indeed
he
he did. We're having another situation here at the plate this time.
Yeah, Perry doesn't like the call.
Well,
but,
he's saying he hit it.
If that's the case, that's 2 of those.
Mm-hmm.
One
That's
on
the
each team.
situation at hand. Not everyone happy with the umpire as we head to the bottom half.
Every single second, every minute, every hour, all the whole year through.
It is intense right here.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That's a lot of lemons.
Well, you know what they say when life gives you lemons.
We know the saying, Mark.
New Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, packed with lemonade flavor after a lemon of a year.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot.
Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, Tea Time.
What are you, having tea with the queen?
Hello.
Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
2. Getting ready to start the bottom of the second inning. No score. It'll be Jonathan Kim leading it off. Jonathan, since joining the ball club, has been a regular out in center field and has done a nice job out there.
Green Bay's last game in the State League, one that definitely stung. They lost 20-8 to Menasha, giving Menasha their first win in State League
or
action.
NEW?
NEW.
Okay. You said the State League, but
Well,
I knew what you meant because when it's
Menasha doesn't
gotta
play
be
in the State
NEW,
League.
Right.
Menasha's first win comes at the expense of Green Bay, 20-8.
Wow. We'll settle for 1-0.
Yeah.
Came a little late on that fastball. You'd think Dupree would have the advantage, lefty pitcher against a lefty batter.
It is kind of a heavy A's lefty lineup as well. They have quite a few of them, and strike 3 comes in looking.
Yeah, that was a dandy pitch right there. Brady Zach Grisson is up next. Brady started the season playing mostly left field, but when Kim arrived, he moved over to right, and Walker moved to left. It's all worked out. Brady's a good outfielder, no matter where you have him play. Two balls and no strikes. Brady also a fast runner. Be a good guy to get on base.
Gets ahead 3-0. Odds looking good to get him on and get something going for Sheboygan. You want to do it early in this game. You never know if all of a sudden some rain comes and we're stuck sitting through 4.5 innings and the A's just have a 1-0 lead. That's all they need to do.
That pitch is in there for a strike. Makes it 3 balls and 1 strike. There is 1 out. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Mentioned Sheboygan is 5-2 in the NEW in first place. Take that back, 5-1.
Only loss came
First
to Green
place.
Bay.
Yeah, that's the only loss. Pitch right there on the inside corner. Good chucking by Dupre. He has 4 strikeouts.
He's been
4
pitching
out of the
beautifully
5.
so far.
Brady got it up to 3-0, but Dupre
Came
was
right
up to
back
the
at
task.
him. Yeah, he was not phased at all. He's been throwing strikes so far tonight, and the A's have been watching him too. I think that's a big key so far. Not swinging the bat a whole lot on these good ones.
We were at that game when Sheboygan struck out 19 times.
Yeah, that's a number that won't go out of our minds anytime soon.
Good fastball. Jurgensen not able to catch up with that pitch. No balls and 2 strikes. We mentioned about Jimmy having a couple homers over the weekend. He has 3 home runs on the season.
Got him.
Yep. Just looking. And it's 1-2-3 in the bottom of the second after 2 complete. Still no score.
Our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone affected by COVID-19. At Northwoods, we're protecting you through this pandemic and the next.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Last year's financial year,
Sometimes you need to get out.
The great outdoors.
Free pickup's easy. Just order ahead in the Meyer app.
Tyler Bloom leading off the 3rd inning for Green Bay. Coons pours that first pitch in for a strike on the outside corner. No score, not much action at all. Green Bay had a runner reach in the first inning on an error, and Van Ness with 2 outs singled in the second and stole a base, but didn't get any further as Coons struck out the side just like Dupree did in his bottom half of the second.
He's had Walker at 3rd, so they got those 90 feet away.
By the way, both pitchers through 2 innings each have 5 strikeouts.
That is incredible.
Yeah, it is. Pitches outside. Makes the count 3-1. Good fastball by Coons.
One more time, CJ.
That pitch is low and outside for ball 4. Leadoff man on for Green Bay. Not a good start.
Yeah, and Coons didn't give him anything close on the full count. No reason to bite, and that is now back to the top of the order for Green Bay. DH in the 1 spot for these Blue Ribbons.
Bornek was a called strikeout victim in the first. First pitch is a ball. Warnock hitting .333 in NEW.
Coons with a very, very slow pickoff move, but just trying to keep the runner at bay at first. All that matters at this point.
It's all a ploy, Jordan.
Absolutely.
Show him the slow move and then get him on the quick one.
Yep.
It's an old Rick Sutcliffe move. We know about him because he used to play with the Cubs.
Chicago.
Bloom steps in, hitting .227, a little less than that with that strikeout.
There he goes.
First.
Lerbecki's motion just a little bit too slow on 2 different occasions. Not getting that throw there in time. That one was a little bit high. Certainly didn't help. But at the end of the day, for Green Bay, runner on second, no outs. Danger zone for Coons, who's given up 10 runs so far this year. Only
Good
6 of
call
those
on
10
the,
are earned.
Catcher mechanics. I noticed that on his first throw down to second.
It's not all one fluid motion. He gets up first and then makes the throw. Some catchers do it from
really
their
have
knees.
to work on. I know there was a kid from Sheboygan North, Ian Mary, who had trouble with that his sophomore and junior year. Worked on it very hard coming into his senior year. I mean, he just looked like a different catcher back there on his throws to second.
Ball 4 walked on. I mean, it's no different than basketball. You got to practice your 3-point shot. No different than football. If you're a quarterback, you got to make any kind of throw you have to. If you're a catcher, sure, you got to call the pitches. You got to communicate with whoever is out on the mound, but you got to be ready for anything. You got to be ready for a little bunt that comes in front of you. You got to be ready for a runner, whether he's stealing second or third. There's a whole lot of things that go into it, and it's not just as easy as getting behind the plate and letting that pitcher throw to you.
Well, a couple of the infielders are coming in to meet with Coons, and now Tim Moyer coming out to visit with him. Not a good start to the inning for Sheboygan as Coons walks the first 2 batters. Be interesting to see what Russell does, if he's bunting or not.
Coons was rather effective through the first 2, kind of got in and out real quick. A few higher pitch counts, but at the end of the day, Tim Moyer, this ace squad, they wanted 4 or 5 innings out of Blake Coons, and here he is struggling right now in the top half of the third, but it's far from somewhere he can't get out of.
Steven Russell, the Green Bay catcher, struck out in the first inning. Missed on a good fastball from Coons. Now he's up with runners on first and second and nobody out. Harry up even with the bag. And didn't look like Russell was bunting on that pitch. Swing and a miss.
I think he knew he was getting a good one, and at the end of the day, he got a good one in the heater, but way up.
Neese trying to keep the runner at second, close to the bag. Bunt attempt by Russell is missed, but stealing third was Bloom. Staying at first was Bornick.
Yeah, it was not a double steal. Just going from second to third, and our runners on the corners.
Makes
still
you think,
no one out.
Yeah, I was going to say, makes you think Russell was, I shouldn't say Russell, but the runner on second, Bloom, was running on his own, and there's a foul tick right into the mid of Lord Becky for a strikeout and out number 1.
Big time out to get. No more bunt scenario. I mean, you could still bunt and try and get that runner over to second, but he failed to do so. And now double play in question here with Sam Ott at the plate, and that could certainly get Coons out of it. No harm, no foul.
Wind picking up now.
Just a little bit.
Big time. The flag out in center field is blowing like crazy, but it is blowing in, which is a good thing with the Green Bay batting.
Now he's going to second.
And they're going to let him go. A good choice by Lorbecki. Bornick with a stolen base. Sam Ott, his first time up, grounded to short. It was kicked by Neese. And the infield by Sheboygan now coming in a little bit, trying to cut the run out off at the plate. Ball is fouled off, makes the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Strikeout here would look real nice.
I was going to say, if I'm Coons, I don't really mess around a whole lot with this AB. Try and get this guy out, then you have 2 outs and a whole lot more confidence going into the next batter.
Exactly.
You don't want to risk anything. A high pitch or a low pitch gets by Lorbecki, run comes in. He did attack him on 0-2, and it was a very, very hard hit foul ball back into the
not
Blues.
doing a good job of hanging in there. Sam Ott, the blue ribbon third baseman, had that tough play back in the first inning on that high hopper. Breaking ball in there for strike 3. Oh my, he wasn't looking for that pitch.
No, he took a whole lot off of it, and it dropped in the heart of the plate. That was the best pitch of the night from Coons as he gets the all-important second out.
Elijah Frank is up next. Frank hit the slow roller to Jacoby Andreas at first. He took it to the bag unassisted. Let's see if Blake can work out of this jam. He had runners on second and third with only 1 out. They had runners on first and third with nobody out. And so far they have not scored.
Credit to Blake Coons. I mean, in that closer position, that's something you got to do. You come in relief. You've got runners on. You got to work through it. He's been doing a great job so far here in the third as he pounds in strike 1.
Be interesting to be a fly on the mound and hear what was said when Coach Moyer came out.
Great
check
stop.
His swing. Lorbecki not asking for help, so it's going to stand as a ball. It's 1-1.
One of these games we'll secretly mic up Tim Moyer, and then he won't even know, and we'll get it hooked up to here, and then when he comes out, we can listen. He'll have no idea there's a
litigation on that.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if we can do that without his consent.
Might be my last day as an intern, that one.
There's a good fastball and a swing and a miss by Frank. Makes the count 1-2 strikes. Coons 1 pitch away from getting out of this jam. We're in the top of the third inning, no score. Coons comes set.
He's a strike away from keeping it.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Blake Coons works out of it by striking after walking the first 2, strikes out the next 3 Green Bay hitters, and as we head to the bottom of the third, no score.
We know it means more than just the temperature. And the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For your heating and cooling needs, call Advanced Comfort Systems, Sheboygan's only Carrier factory authorized dealer.
When a Bud Light legend comes back, they do it carrying a squeaky beach chair, an inflatable dolphin, and a cooler full of perfectly chilled Bud Light on hot sand, wearing only one flip-flop. Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. Are you serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious.
Stop playing that one. Don't play that commercial anymore.
That's not my fault.
Jeez.
It's on the loop.
Yeah, it is your fault. You're running that.
It's on the loop.
Unloop it. Oh, Jacoby Andreas is batting. By the way, I sent CJ an email yesterday.
Oh, boy.
Good to see the Avs win. Now we don't have to watch hockey up in the press box anymore. You know what he sends back to me? We're going to play it on a loop up here in the press box.
He's probably
all summer.
He's probably been watching it on loop all these past few days.
When I heard they won, CJ, I wasn't thinking of you. I was thinking we don't have to watch hockey anymore in the press box.
TV is indeed gone.
Big screen TV is gone. Andreas has a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Got the usual cast of characters up here in the press box. Bill doing the field announcing, CJ doing the audio enhancements and other announcements. Mike and Jordan doing the live stream. And then in the background we have Nia and Annalise and Olivia. Olivia doing some helping with Annalise on all the things that go on out on the field. She's been a great help. Matter of fact, Annalise, I think you ought to buy Olivia a candy bar or something for all the help she's providing. Yeah, really. Good job, Olivia. Did he strike out? Gosh.
He sure did.
Did he swing, though?
He sure did.
Okay, well, at least we broke that string of called strikeouts that happened in the
once we break the
second
string of you writing a K on your paper, then we can talk again.
Really, I should get a stamp.
It'd be a lot easier, actually. It could be like a double-sided stamp. One is K, one is CK.
Ball 1 to Lorbecky.
Oh, swinging at eye level.
If my counting is right, I think in the A's lineup they have 4 left-handed hitters.
That's a lot for a lefty pitcher. They've been heavy in left-handed hitters all season long.
Gus Walker, Ross Christ are 1-2 in the order. They're both left-handed. Jonathan Kim, 5th in the order, is left-hander, and Jimmy Jurgensen, batting 7th in the order, is the 4th left-handed batter. Dupre's pitches inside, makes it 3-1 to Caleb. Lorbecky making his 11th appearance. He's got 25 at-bats, 6 hits, hitting .240.
It's good to have that catcher depth when you're playing 5 games in 3 days,
Oh,
that's
boy.
for sure.
You got that straight.
Obviously only 7-inning games, but still Lorbecky, a big part of that is he draws a walk, and the A's finally have another guy on base.
First walk by Owen Dupre. That brings up the leadoff hitter, Gus Walker. Gus hit that high hopper to Sam Ott at third that he was not able to make a accurate throw on, and Walker was credited with an infield single.
There's the lefty hitter as we were just talking about, lefty on lefty.
If you notice Lorbecky's move now when he comes to the plate, he's not kicking his leg up quite as high, a little more of a slide step to try and keep that runner close. Good rip, foul tick right into the middle. Russell evens the count at 1-1. There's a ball hit into left field. Lorbecky has to hustle into second. The left fielder, Van Ness, almost had a play on him, but Lorbecky realized the situation and hustled and made it easily to second. But Walker has his second hit of the game.
Makes you realize how shallow the infield was playing that. Van Ness nearly had a play on that ball. Sure, he's got some speed as well, but my goodness, Lorbecky, the fact that it was even close probably scared him half to death.
It's hammer time. Dupre in the State League has only gone an inning and 2/3. ERA is 0. First pitch is a strike to Ross Christ. Ross fouled out to the third baseman. Dupre in the NEW has pitched 12 innings.
Huh.
And also has an ERA of 0.
And given up a run on the year.
Yeah.
Or earned, at least.
Did give up a run, but it was unearned.
It's an interesting ratio. 12 in one league, the 1 and, what was it, 1 and 2/3?
1 and 2/3, yeah.
It's very interesting how that works. Just scheduling, I guess, depending on when they were playing their NEW games, all of other available pitchers. That's quite an odd little ratio.
I'll tell you what's even more interesting is having 8 sheets of paper for Greater Green Bay on their stats. Line drive right to the shortstop. He picks and steps on second, and the throw to first is in time for the 6-3 double play.
Unassisted.
Just order ahead in the Meijer app.
The great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef. It's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
See how much nicer that commercial is?
Yeah, I don't get it. Doesn't make any sense. 45, 60. That one's 8 seconds shorter.
Wow, that's
There's a
good.
22-second ad in there.
Makes all
That's
the difference in the
it
world,
does.
those 8 seconds.
It
I'll
does.
tell you. We're getting ready to start the top of the 4th inning. It'll be Habeckler, the second baseman for Green Bay, leading it off. That's Ethan. We had mentioned, I don't think this was on the air, but after the last half inning for Green Bay when they had runners on second and third and Coons was able to work out of the jam, of the 9 outs that Green Bay has gotten, 8 of those have been by strikeout. Coons has really been dominating in that regard. And the last 6 outs for Green Bay have all been via the strikeout.
It's one of those nights. Rubbing off on both teams, too. So at
Yeah.
least if you're an A's fan, it's not just one way.
Ross hit his ball in a perfect spot. Summers picked it up going towards second base. All he had to do was step on the bag and throw to first, and he was able to do that. And it was an easy 6-3 double play to end the Sheboygan 3rd inning. We're in action here in the 4th. Bouncing ball down the third base side is
Just
foul.
got on top of it. Otherwise, that could have been dangerous and maybe would have snuck through Harry.
That would have been a hard ball to pick up.
Yes. Off a few hops. Probably would have died out in the grass as well.
Did you see that team picture they took after the tournament this weekend?
Yes.
Harry looks like a giant compared to the rest of the guys.
He really is.
He's a wide body out there.
Coons finds himself in another full count. Now, I think went off the mask of Lerbecki.
Yeah, he caught that one pretty flush.
That'll wake you up.
And umpire protocol goes out and sweeps off home plate. Asks the catcher if he's okay. How many balls did you just give me? 3? You're good. Let's play.
Good to go. Like clockwork.
Full count pitch. Swing and a miss.
Boy.
Not catching up with that high fastball. It's 1 out here in the top of the 4th. It brings up Griffin Summers, the shortstop. Griffin making a nice play to end the A's third inning. Summers hitting .306 coming into tonight's game. That's down a little bit with his 0 for 1.
Oh, make
One
it 0 for
hopper
2.
right
What
to
a
Coons,
snag.
And he makes the easy play over to first.
One of those where you had to do a double take. He got it right in his glove, had to make sure it was there, and then was able to throw over to first.
It got on him in a hurry, too. Trent Van Ness is up next. Trent singled in the second inning and stole second base. That's the lone hit for Green Bay in the ball game. Gus Walker has Sheboygan's 2 hits. In the bottom of the fourth, we'll give you our trivia question for this ball game. And then in the meantime, we'll see if we can track down an answer to what is the A's longest winning streak. They're currently on an 11-game winning streak. Jordan mentioned earlier in the broadcast Green Bay's on a 5-game winning streak. A big game for both teams. They're both vying for first place in the NEW. Green Bay with the win would just jump over Sheboygan by a half a game. Sheboygan with the win would up their lead in the league to a game and a half. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's 2 outs. We're in the top of the fourth. Good breaking ball by Coons, but Van Ness was not biting on it.
It's actually, I was just looking, it's actually a 4-game win streak. They beat Kenosha 4 times, and that's their win streak. They beat them 4 straight, a pair of double headers.
Jeez.
So make it 4, not 5.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Coons with the blazing fastball ends the top of the fourth inning. Still no score.
January, February, into March and April. Same way through. Every single second, every minute, every hour. All the whole year through.
It is intense right here.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That's a lot of lemons.
Well, you know what they say when life gives you
We
lemons.
know the saying, Mark.
New Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, packed with lemonade flavor after a lemon of a year.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot.
Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen?
Hello.
Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Ooh, that's a lot.
There's a lot of Hall of Famers.
So between Green Bay, the question for tonight.
Not our question.
Not ours, but the question tonight was how many Hall of Famers between the Green Bay franchise and the Sheboygan franchise? And the answer was what? 36?
36.
That's a lot of Hall of Famers.
I mean, when you think of how many incarnations Green Bay's gone through and what they all were.
Harry Stout leading off the bottom of the fourth for Sheboygan. Neither team has been striking the ball well tonight. The pitching has been outstanding. Blake Coons for Sheboygan and Owen Dupre for Green Bay. Harry had an interesting first at bat. He thought he had ticked the ball and the catcher didn't catch it, but the umpire said he didn't tick it. It was called strike 3, and that's how it ended. The umpire wasn't going to change his mind.
You know Harry's going to make him pay for that one. He's going to try and put this ball in play and send it sky high. Forget about that last at bat completely.
Pitch is low. It's 3-1. Hitter's pitch right here. That ball's in the dirt, and it skips away from Russell. Harry will trot down to first base with a leadoff walk. And it's going to bring up Jacob Neese, the Northwoods cleanup hitter. Trivia question for tonight is a two-parter. What is the A's best season? How many wins and in what year?
Another one off a catcher mask.
Russell taking that one. Lorbecki took one off.
They had to even him up, yeah.
Inning.
Ooh.
Neese with a swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. Harry taking a short lead over at first. Jacob fouling that one back. Wouldn't it have been cool if it landed in the bed of that truck?
That would have been
and
nice.
He takes it
It
away.
probably would have bounced out.
Yeah, probably.
That guy would have no idea he had a baseball.
0-2 yet. And
fooled him.
Dupre took a little something off of that breaking pitch, and Neese swings right through it for out number 1. We'll give you the answer to our trivia question after Jonathan Kim completes his at-bat. Kim was a called strikeout victim back in the 2nd.
Teasing.
Like he wanted to bunt, then pulled it back, and it was a called strike 1.
You couldn't see it on your screen, but Ott was doing a real good job. He was running in from third base. He was ready. Not a whole lot of speed with Harry from first to second, so if Ott would have been able to get there, probably would have got that lead runner.
Pitch is swung on and missed. It's no balls and 2 strikes again. After walking the leadoff hitter, Dupre has thrown nothing but strikes. And Kim not able to catch up with that breaking ball. Swing and a miss.
3 pitches. A's aren't even keeping their ABs competitive.
No. All right. Answer to the trivia question. First of all, the question was, what was the A's best season? Most wins and in what year? In 1991, they were the State League champs, and they won 49 games. That's the most they've ever won in a season. And their record that year was 49-9. You got to think there were a couple of winning streaks in that season.
I would have to say.
But,
especially if you only lose 9 games. I don't even think the A's could get close to 49 wins this year.
They have to go some, that's for sure. Right now they're 21-10. First pitch is a ball to Brady. Falls that one straight back. That one stayed in the ballpark. Harry still perched on at first. We do have 2 outs. Neese and Kim going down on strikes. Dupre has gotten a lot tougher after walking the leadoff hitter. Just like Coons did, except it took Coons 2 walks.
If my math is right here, I don't have an exact number, but if the A's were to win out the rest of the year and not lose a single game, it'd be about 45 wins.
Oh, really?
So it wouldn't even be that 49 mark. I mean, when you count tournament afterwards, then I guess you could probably get there.
Yeah, they might have a chance.
But that's without losing a single game.
That's a pretty big,
yeah,
pretty big
well,
ask.
Yeah, it would be like a 35-game win streak or something crazy.
I think that would be the record.
I think we could safely assume. In Lombard, yes.
Not a problem.
Hey,
4-game sweep in Lombard.
Green Bay took Lombard extra innings.
Pitch is low for ball 4. And Sheboygan now has runners on first and second with 2 outs.
Good
and
to see
that brings up Jimmy Jurgensen.
Good to see A's finally watching some pitches go by. They were swinging at some ugly ones at eye level outside, but a good AB to get things back on track for Jurgensen, who certainly had the hot hand this past weekend.
Jimmy, we don't have a breakdown for how the A's players do lefty-righty, but you'd have to think Jimmy's splits would be pretty low against left-handed pitching in terms of batting average. But hey, one swing of the bat.
Exactly.
Produce a run.
He's still in as the DH. So Tim Moyer's got a lot of faith in him, no matter who he faces.
Another pitch by Dupre in the dirt. It's 2-0. Harry out at second. Brady Zachrisson on at first. Jimmy Jurgensen at the plate.
Jurgensen joined the club, and now I believe he's the third A with a walk-off this season. We saw Andreas do it about a week ago. And
Brady
then
thought
Ross
that
Christ
pitch was
had one.
outside, kicks a little dirt as he walks out of the batter's box. Mr. Worth, our home plate umpire, certainly can't like that. That pitch is low. 3-1. Jimmy gearing up for this pitch. Pops it up.
Got
Is it
under
gonna get
it.
out of play? And it does. Just out of play. Frank was over to the dugout fence and just sailed over the dugout out of play.
Landed in the dugout, I'm pretty sure.
That could be too. The best part about it was he couldn't catch it.
It's all that matters.
Jimmy with a 3-ball, 2-strike count. There are 2 outs.
Runners going.
Yeah, runners beyond the move. That's the one nice thing on a base hit. Harry should be able to score on something to the outfield.
It will get him a lot more momentum. There he goes and missed
Pitch is
outside.
just outside. Another walk. 3 walks in the inning for Dupre.
Well, and like we said, he was only pitched 13 2/3 inning, and now they're going to have a little bit of a talk with him. I don't think he goes that deep into ball games, so this might be about his limit, that 4 or 5 inning mark, kind of what we're going to see with Coons for the A side.
Yeah, we got a visit by Anthony Sotile.
It's a great bat coming up for Sheboygan, Jacoby Andreas. Bases loaded. Sure, there are 2 outs.
In that 1 2/3 innings in the State League, he's got no walks and 3 strikeouts. Let's see if we can draw up what he's done in the NEW with his 12 innings pitched. He's walked 5 in 12 innings and struck out 15.
Nice 3-to-1 ratio.
Yeah, not too bad. But, hey, you got to do something in the clutch. By the way, I don't know if you were here, but the other night we were complaining about getting 2-out hits or not getting 2-out hits. This is a couple games ago now, fans. I hope you remember this. Sheboygan had 10 hits on the night. 8 of those came with 2 outs.
Really?
Not. Yeah, unbelievable.
What in the world?
I went back home and I was looking through that and didn't have anything better to do.
Obviously not.
I wasn't ready to go to sleep that night right away.
You're on the high from the walk-off.
Exactly. Ground ball to third. 2 runs are going to score. And Andreas comes through.
Sam Ott in trouble. It was to his right side. Not his glove side. Had to put it down, try to get a hold of it, and he couldn't. 2 runs come in as the A's take a big 2-0 lead to start this ball game.
Are we giving him a hit on that?
Bill
says
yes.
Base hit. It's 2 RBI single for Andreas.
It's a real tough play for a third baseman to make.
Yeah. Good hustle by Ott to get that ball and keep Jurgensen at second. So, hard ground ball to the right side. He had a crossover, and he got his glove on it, but wasn't able to make a play. It bounced up.
The problem with that as a third baseman is you're not going to barehand one like that. I mean, that's coming in.
Too hard,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. It's coming in way too hot
If he was
and
a
heavy.
left-hander, it'd be a pretty easy play.
It'd be routine as all get out for sure. Ooh.
Pitch is in the dirt, but called a strike. Lorbecky steps out. It makes a count. No balls and 2 strikes. Well, it isn't just one team giving the umpire heat. It's both ball clubs, unfortunately, for Mr. Home Plate Umpire. No balls and 2 strikes. And fighting that pitch off, Lorbecky hangs in there.
Guess you'd rather have it with both teams yelling at him. Not that the umpire wants anyone to yell at him, but then it means it's not biased just towards
Right,
one way, and it's going against both, I guess, if there's anything to say about that.
One thing we haven't talked about are those walks that Dupre has issued have come back to hurt him. The 2 runs that scored were both walks, and Caleb Lorbecki goes down on strikes to end the 4th inning, but not before Sheboygan comes up with 2 runs. And after 4 complete, Sheboygan on top, 2-0.
Guys, with essential oils, our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone affected by COVID-19. At Northwoods, we're protecting you through this pandemic and the next.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Last year's financial year, excuse me.
Sometimes you need to get out.
The great outdoors.
Free pickup's easy. Just order ahead in the Meijer app.
We've
Back
got our
at
attendance.
Wildwood Baseball Park. Jordan's got some vital information for us.
Vital information. Big house of 261 here tonight, storming through the weather. It hasn't been bad so far. Nice little view on your screen of some clouds coming up in the sky, but we didn't expect rain until about 9:30 or something like that. So we're going to see. We hope it holds out. 350 paid.
Hey,
so
how many tickets did they sell total?
350 were paid, 261 in the house. So that's a big
Yeah.
difference in them season ticket holders not being here.
That's 111 fans. Where are you people? Get here. Black Coons, or are we going with Blake Coons tonight?
Black Coons in the 5th. 5th inning special.
We got the total stats a couple weeks ago, and on Blake's line it said Black Coons instead of Blake. Innocent mistake. Matt Perry's going to lead off the 5th inning for Green Bay. This is a battle for first place in the Northeastern Wisconsin Baseball League. Perry offered at that pitch and couldn't bunt it fair. Goes for a strike. Perry, like just about every other, matter of fact, 8 out of the 9 have struck out against Coons. Perry's first at bat, he struck out swinging.
Good to see Coons getting into the 5th inning. Not sure how much longer they want to push him after this.
You know, it's hard to know. We've only seen him that one time make a start. I don't know how long he worked that night, but we had mentioned this right away in the 1st inning. You want to limit his pitches so he can continue to pitch longer.
Especially in a 2-0 ball game, you keep him in, and all of a sudden he has one bad inning, 2-3 runs score, and then the A's lead goes out just like that.
Yeah, it's really important to get a good 5th inning. Keep that 2-run lead. Do you have a count on the pitches, CJ?
No, the iPad's down there.
Yeah.
Another one off the mask. Took a hop and hit Rebecki.
Yeah, another one off his mask.
I did see Schnell down there throwing with someone. I couldn't quite see who, but I think they were talking about Emery coming in tonight.
3-2 pitch coming up. And it's low and outside. Green Bay getting their leadoff hitter on again. It's the second of 5 innings that they've gotten the leadoff batter on. That brings up the number 9 hitter, Tyler Bloom, who walked to lead off the 3rd inning.
I certainly don't want to give the top part of the order 2 runners on, whether it be 1st and 2nd, 2nd and 3rd, whatever it could potentially be. So a big out here from Coons would help.
You know, when you look at that 3rd inning when Blake walked the first 2 hitters, he had to navigate through the good effort by Lorbecki, but ball not hit high enough.
One of the
he had
highest
to
bunts
navigate
you'll
through
ever
the
see.
2-hitter, 3-hitter, and 4 hitters, and he struck out all 3 of those
And he
guys.
did, yeah.
But, hey, can't depend on that all the time.
No, absolutely not, especially if they're making adjustments. That's going to be their third time seeing him. They're going to know what to expect at this point. It's a tired Coon, so don't think he'll be throwing as hard, but he's still just very, very solid no matter where he is.
Blake has 10 strikeouts, 3 walks, and has allowed only 1 hit so far. Good fastball there for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes to Bloom. Bloom is the only Green Bay hitter that has not struck out. This being his second at bat, he walked his first time up.
Of course you'd say that with an 0-2 count. Hoping he gets the next one.
Oh, threw it away. Error on Blake. Allows the runner, Perry, to move to second.
It's big time with no outs. Getting that red jersey a little bit dirty.
Randy Utek in the house. Haven't seen Randy all year. Good to see. Randy and I played a lot of softball together and a little bit of basketball. Becky out talking to his pitcher, Blake Coons. There's nobody out. Man on second for Greater Green Bay. The batter, Tyler Bloom, in the batter's box with a no ball, 2 strike count.
Home plate umpire is ready to shut that conversation down.
I always hated doing that.
Yeah.
Going out to the mound saying, let's, play ball.
Well, and then they're just buying time as long as they can, and as soon as they see you, then of course they're done, and conversation over. Got him.
Coons with a good fastball. Came right over the top with that pitch and struck out Bloom, and now all the Green Bay batters have struck out at least once against Blake Coons. And that brings up James Bornick up. James struck out in the first, walked in the third. Green Bay still with a runner on second. That wind has calmed down now, Jordan. You see that flag?
It was bad for like a minute, and that was about it.
I don't know if you were watching, and I couldn't tell from up here what Ross did, but when Blake made that errant throw on the pickoff attempt, and you notice how Perry slid into second, there's a drive out into right field. Zach Grissom has it measured. Makes the catch. Throw will come in. Notice where Coons was. Backing up third, right where he should be. Catch is made out in right field. Perry moves to third. Anyway, completing my thought, Jordan, is Perry slid into second base. The throw was never made.
No.
So what I'm thinking is, I wonder if Ross is sitting at the bag.
Teased him a little bit.
Yeah, or, like making a fake and, getting him a slide so he couldn't go all the way to third base.
He was at second base before the ball was even, retrieved, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it wasn't even anything close.
Right.
Also showing a lot of speed.
In high school, you can't do that.
No?
Can't fake. Nope.
Well, that's high school for you.
We wouldn't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Not in this day and age.
Steven Russell up. Steven has had a tough night so far. Got hit by a foul ball right in the mask. And struck out twice. Becky able to deaden that pitch in the dirt and keep it near the plate. Perry not able to advance.
He's got a whole lot of speed. He thought about it. Took about 2-3 steps before he made his way back. Coons 1 strike away from getting out of the 5th inning. Likely going to be his last. Try and keep a 0 on that board. It's 2 big, costly errors.
I bet if he strikes this guy out, he pitches a 6th.
You think?
I think so.
Okay.
Swing
there
and a
we
miss.
Go.
Strike 3. Coons on fire tonight. At the end of 4.5, Sheboygan 2, Green Bay nothing.
Been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage. You know what? I'm going for it.
You are completely and utterly
Awesome. Great. I'm glad you showed up.
in my life.
I could never get through this world without you. You are really close to my
Heart.
I
think I'm about to cry. You better not.
Every single time I...
Get down, get down!
There you are. You always have...
My back, my back! I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things...
Yes, things.
...are serious and kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a baby bird.
And
please be quiet.
Listen. You hear that?
That's a little something I like to call
friendship.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Getting ready to start fifth inning action. It'll be the top of the order for Sheboygan. Blake Owen Dupre still on the mound for Greater Green Bay. CJ, did you talk to Kelly Witter yet? We won't mention it. Are we a go for that? We're talking about the Legion State Baseball Tournament that'll be held in Sheboygan July 26th, 27th, 28th, and 29th. And those games will be live streamed through the A's broadcast system.
Oh boy, rain must be coming down now, huh?
Yeah, that's not good. We'll provide more information on that when we get a little closer to that event. Sheboygan's next game will be on Thursday night, June 30th, when they host the West Dallas Nationals in a 7:30 game. Rain was, I don't know how it gets in from where we are, but it's not coming in now, so we can open the window again. Swing and a miss by Walker. He's down for the first time tonight.
It's a Gus Walker poster giveaway on Thursday. First 150 fans that come on down get a poster.
Hey, I was at the game on Sunday. Got my Corbin Burns bobblehead. I gave that away, though. I'm not a big bobblehead guy.
Wow, you can sell those for good money.
Gave that to Jared. Jared is
Jared
my
Ricklitis.
next door neighbor. No. Not
I know.
My next door neighbor's grandson, and he would always come over and say hi, and I gave him a bunch of other baseball-related things, and he graduated this year. Whoa!
Ooh, made it a lot more difficult than he had
the
to.
catch in the long run, but holy cow, he made it exciting. That was Hobteller. That brings up Harry Stelt.
He graduated from Sheboygan?
He went to Sheboygan Christian High School.
Sheboygan Christian.
Yeah, he's going to LTC next year.
Aren't they really good at football?
No.
Well, that's Lutheran.
Well, you got to remember Lutheran, Kohler, and
KLC.
Christian all.
Yeah,
KLC. They combine, and they had very good teams the last couple of years.
All thanks to Robbie Michael.
Harry takes one off the elbow. Trots down to first base. It'll be interesting to see how their teams do in football and basketball with a core that senior group was really strong in athletics. And basketball, Lutheran should still be good. They had good JV teams the last couple of years.
Good. You need one of those.
First pitch is a strike on the outside corner to Jacob Neese. Jacob, the Northwoods cleanup hitter.
The guy I'm looking at in football, TR Chase Mathias. I'm sure you
Oh,
heard
from
about
Two
him
Rivers,
this past year. Oh yeah,
Saw him play last year. That guy was a beast.
he's got
he's only a sophomore.
He's got
that
2
year.
more years. Yep. That kid is an absolute
I'll tell you,
stud.
that kid played so hard, offense and defense, and when Lutheran wound up winning the game at the end, but he walked off the field so despondent, and I could just feel his pain.
Wasn't that game
so
like
hard.
a shootout? Wasn't
Yeah,
it real high?
It was,
I
yeah,
remember
real
that.
high-scoring game. Yeah, he's a really good player.
He's something else. With Robbie Michael gone, he's player of the year for sure.
Unless he gets hurt.
True. I mean, with how hard he was going.
Nice goes down on strikes, and that ends the 5th inning. But after 5 complete, Sheboygan on top, 2-0.
We know it means more than just the temperature. And the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For your heating and cooling needs, call Advanced Comfort Systems, Sheboygan's only Carrier Factory authorized dealer.
When a Bud Light legend comes back, they do it carrying a squeaky beach chair, an inflatable dolphin, and a cooler full of perfectly chilled Bud Light on hot sand, wearing only one flip-flop. Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. Serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Back at Wildwood Park, getting ready to start the 6th inning. We did have a bit of rain. I think it's stopped now.
I think so.
Kuhn's still on the hill for Sheboygan, and he'll be facing Sam Ott to lead off the 6th. Sheboygan on top 2-0. Jacoby Andreas getting a base hit right down the third base line. Ott reached across his body, got his glove on it, but was not able to pick it. It bounced high in the air and away from him, and 2 runs came in on that. Drive to deep right. Zach Risson not going to catch up to it. It goes all the way to the fence. And Ott is going to pull into second with a stand-up double. It's
Not
only
the
the
best.
second hit by Greater Green Bay.
And that's a price you pay when you got Blake Coons still in the game. These guys going to see him a 3rd time over. Coons did exactly what you expected. Struck a guy out, stayed in here for the 6th inning, and now it's yet another leadoff runner on for Green Bay.
Elijah Frank is up. Elijah's over at first base tonight for Green Bay. Ott has been the focus of a lot of action here tonight, Jordan, with his reaching on an air and having that ball down the line get by him, and now this double.
Whether it's good attention or not, he's getting it.
Exactly.
That ball hit a car. I heard a little dent.
Coons gets set and delivers. It's just outside.
Barely. For the most part, consistent behind the plate tonight, but a few close ones.
1-1 is the count. There's nobody out. Green Bay with a runner on second. Swing and a miss by Frank.
Not the most speed in the world with Ott, so I mean, you look at a fly ball out into the right field or something like that on a potential tag situation. You never know. We'll have to see.
Ott, kind of a big guy, big body, big barrely body, but he showed good speed heading into second base. I actually thought he might turn and go to third.
Well, the throw wasn't cut off very well either. It was kind of bounced in a few times, and then they finally got it. So He made a step or two, went to third, and then smartly came back.
Swing and a miss. Frank with a good cut, but he couldn't catch up with that fastball, and it's a strikeout, number 13 for Blake Coons, and that's going to bring up Ethan Habrechtler. Brettler. Ethan is 0 for 2. You know, for being the 6th inning, and, you know, like I said, you know, we haven't seen him in the starting role much. He's still got pretty good zip on that fastball. He looks, and it helps that it's not so hot and humid.
You'd think he used to be 2-3 innings of just that pure heater, but this has just been a great performance tonight from him. Very consistent throughout, and it is indeed still raining. I mean, you look at the light there, it is coming down.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Out in left field, I can really see it.
Oh, yeah.
That pitch is outside. Also, it's 2-1.
You can see it at home if you look out on the lights right now, right in left field. Might have to zoom in a little bit, but you can definitely see it coming down.
It's good to be in the press box.
Absolutely.
That pitch is up high. It's 3-1. Habrechtler is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. You'd hate to lose this guy to a walk. Fired that one in there for a strike. Ott still at second. Not dancing quite as much as he was earlier. Takes a little bit more of a lead now. Neese behind him. Now retreats back to his position.
Staying alive.
Yeah, staying alive. Three and two.
The difference between a ball and a strike right now. You got runners on first and second with 1 out, or just a runner on second with 2. So big situation for Coons, whose pitch count is up there at this point, and that's a base
line drive
hit.
out to right.
Ooh.
Zach Grisson runs in and makes the catch. That ball was hit hard. That was probably the hardest hit ball of the night.
And thankfully, he was playing a little bit shallow. He took a few steps on and got down on the hands and knees and was able to snag it right at his foot. Thought that was dropping for sure.
Yeah, those aren't always easy to judge.
No.
Those line drives right.
Well, and they wouldn't have done anything for Ott at second either, because he was stuck in no man's land. Not like he would have scored on it unless it would have got through Zach Grisson.
Griffin Summers up. He was the young man, Jordan, that hit that one hopper back to Blake. That happened in the 4th inning.
Wouldn't mind him doing that again.
Pitch is called a strike.
I mean, you look at Coons, he's only pitched 17 innings coming into this game. And that was in 6, 7 games, something like that. And here he is now going 6 in this one.
You know, we talked early in the season about the three-headed monster with Reinflesch and Schmitty and Rekleitis, and Coons is starting to enter into that zone.
He sure is. We thought that earlier in the year when we saw him come in for relief. Thought this guy's going to be a stud, keeping him down there in that role. But, man, he can do it all so far. No matter what situation you put him in.
You can hear it tiptoeing on the roof.
Count evens up 2-2. That runner on second base, Green Bay, their deficit is 2.
Might want to throw this out there. It is an official game now that we've gone 5 innings.
That's the big part of the A's getting those 2 runs. It's coming down very, very hard.
That pitch in the dirt makes the count 3 balls and 2 strikes. There are 2 outs. Still at second base is Sam Ott. He led off the inning with a double. And a swing and a miss by Summers, and Coons works out of it. After 5.5 innings of play, Sheboygan up 2-0.
You can. Just order ahead in the Meijer app.
great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef. It's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
New pitcher for Greater Green Bay. Tanner Alstein is in the ball game. He's a right-hander. The pitching line for Owen Dupre, he went 5 innings, gave up 3 hits, allowed 2 runs. Both of those were earned. He walked 4 and struck out 11 batters. He had a nice night tonight. I think Sheboygan will be happy not to have to face him. See what Alstein's got.
I printed a little stat sheet from Green Bay on their website. They had stat leaders and stuff like that. Tanner Alstein leads in strikeouts with 22 and innings pitched with 20. So certainly a credible guy to be in late in a close game.
Yeah, exactly. Bouncing ball up the middle. Summers got over there, not able to make the pick. You'd have had a tough time throwing out Kim with his great speed. So Jonathan leads off the inning with a base hit. That'll bring up Brady Zachrisson.
And you think about a potential rainout situation now in a game like this. If the A's are able to get some hits going, keep this along, the rain continues, who knows when the umps decide to pull the plug and say, hey, we're either going to wait it out or that's the game.
Well, it's hard. It looks like it's really coming down hard when we look at the light pole, but you know, the players out there seem to be doing well. I think if it would stay this way as long as the field was playable, they'd keep playing in this. See what happens. Kim dives back in at first. He's safe. Brady walked in the 4th and wound up scoring on that base hit by Jacoby Andreas.
Looking for that bunt and run and a throwback to first. If that would have got down the right field line, that would have been trouble.
Brady wanted to bunt it. He pulled back. It called a ball.
Don't think you want to be bunting a ball that's up at your head.
Those are hard to bunt anyway.
Yeah, hard enough. We saw the Green Bay earlier. He tried to bunt and it went into the net. That's how high and far back he hit it. Not as easy as it looks.
Pitch is bunted foul, and Sam Ott was coming in for the bunt, but when it was bunted foul, he just wasn't able to get there in time.
Little dive, and he would have made it competitive.
That evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Jonathan Kim on at first. Kim is a base-stealing threat. He hasn't run a lot. Yeah, I take that back. He's 7 stolen bases and been thrown out 3 times, so he has run a lot.
Sure enough. Back-to-back fouling off the bunts. Out of the question now with 2 strikes.
Brady sticking with it, but not able to get that ball bunted fair.
He knew what his goal was, his objective at the plate in this AB, and now he's going to have to put the ball in play any way he can.
We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Sheboygan up 2-0. It's been a very good game. Swing and a miss. Kim on the move. And he gets into second. The ball skips into third, out into center field, and Kim goes to third. So give Jonathan a stolen base, and then he advances to third on the throwing error.
Actually didn't have the best jump either. If there would have been a good throw from behind the plate, I think they would have been able to get him. But that error doesn't need to come back to haunt Green Bay. Their first error of the game. Sheboygan has 2 of them, and now with 1 on, 1 out, it's Jimmy Jurgensen at the plate.
Yeah, Brady Zachrisson went down on strikes. Russell, in his haste to throw the second, made a bad throw.
We talked about the lefty-righty splits earlier on, not something we have, but now Jimmy getting to face a righty, and it's a little grounder to first, but goes foul.
Yeah, now you're right. The advantage does jump to Jimmy facing a right-hander.
And any bit of extra run support Sheboygan can get, they're certainly going to take it, because now you got to think of how grip is affected for pitchers moving forward. Blake Coons, we got to assume he's done after 6, but still leaves a lot of baseball to be
You
played.
know what they say about assuming?
Never do it. It makes
an ass out of you and
there
me.
you go. I was going to let you hit it.
Yeah, you're the intern. Keep your nose clean, John.
Right.
We don't want that on your resume.
They'd find that one clip, all of a sudden they'd be like, wait a minute. Listen to that rain.
She's coming down hard now. Look at the bottom lights on that left field light pole. Oh, my.
That's what I was watching by the scoreboard, if you can see. I know your view's kind of blocked, but right next to the 32.
It looks like it's coming down in buckets.
Oh, yeah. No grip at all, as that one was way outside, even the count up at 2.
There's only one out. Kim is on at third. Jimmy Jurgensen with the 2-2 count, trying to get him in. Infield is up for a Green Bay.
Got it.
Ground ball is through and into center field, and the run is in. And that makes it 3-0 Sheboygan with a base hit by Jimmy Jurgensen.
A lot of fans from the general admission stands have kind of made their way, congregated to the bleachers and good seats under here. Thankfully, they're staying as the A's tack on one more and now lead 3-0.
Home plate umpire Jason Worth, that's his call whether to call the game or not. And Bennett Becker coming in to run for Jimmy Jurgensen. Still only one out for Sheboygan.
That home plate umpire, he pulled out, his lineup card to look things over for that pinch runner, and that thing's got to be drenched right about now.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Jacoby Andreas up. And Elise pretty wet. She's got her coat on.
I mean, you can even see the shine.
Even Olivia's in the press box. Come on, Olivia, get wet. She's already wet, she says.
That gray sweatshirt, it's not a whole lot gray anymore.
You get that thing wet.
Oh.
Another 10 pounds hauling around.
You can even see Tim Moyer, look him over at third base, how shiny his red is when he turns the other way. You'll be able to see it all glistening off.
2 balls and no strikes to Jacoby Andreas. Sheboygan scoring another run here in the 6th. It's 3-0. Battle for first place in the NEW, and Sheboygan right now is winning it. And
hit him.
Jacoby gets hit by a pitch.
Just really no good grip on that ball at this point in time. We saw a few of them just kind of sail wide and inside. This one nicked off him, so it didn't end up hurting a whole lot. Kind of that we could hear the Harry Stout one. That was loud and emphatic, but
I think it hit off his pad.
The pad, yeah, that's why. And this one just kind of blooped right off of a softer padding.
If
so
you don't have a pad and you can hear it, you know it hurts.
Yes, that's bone right there.
Caleb Lorbecki is up. Caleb walked and struck out his 2 trips. Wind is blowing a little bit more right now. Breaking ball by Alstein is in there.
Might have to hang in with that breaking pitch. It's the fastball he's losing control of, but that one hung over the heart of the plate.
Sheboygan threatening to break this game wide open. There's a line drive into right field, a base hit. The runner on second had to hold, but they're going to chase him home. And the throw at the plate is not in time. He slides in safe. Great slide by Bennett Becker.
On a very risky send, but that's what you put Bennett Becker in there for. The pinch runner got a bad jump at second because he wasn't sure if over at second Ethan was going to make that snag. He did not, and my goodness. Tim Moyer puts the A's up 4-0 off a beautiful picture-perfect slide from Bennett Becker.
And Jacoby Andreas, great job of base running when the throw went to home plate. He was off to third base, so we got runners on the corners for Sheboygan. Still only one out. And they've scored 2 runs here in the 6th. It's now 4-0.
They've jumped out to 6 hits now in the ball game, and Gus Walker, who at one point in time had the only 2 hits for Sheboygan, he's got a chance to add a 3rd hit and potentially an RBI along with it.
Swinging at that first pitch, fouls it back out of play.
Very low off the barrel, down inside, not much he could have done with it.
Tanner Alstein on the hill for Green Bay has not been a good inning for him, coming in replace of Owen Dupre. Bunt down the third base line. Flip is in time. Nice play by Sam Ott.
Absolutely. Sam Ott saving a run coming in that backhanded flip. He read the bunt very, very well, got it off a bounce or two, and then was able to chuck it into home plate and save a run. Backfires for Sheboygan. However, the good news is they're still up 4-0, and they still got 2 on with 2 outs.
He's going to be in the highlight reel on offense and defense.
There's going to be a lot of highlights from Sam Ott.
That brings up Ross Christ. Ross looking to get that magic back. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Takes that first pitch for a strike. Caleb Lorbecki's on at second. Gus Walker is on at first, reaching on that fielder's choice. There's a drive out into right field. Racing back and not able to make the catch was the right fielder, Perry. 1 run will score. And they're sending that second runner home, and the throw is way high. And 2-run score on the double by Ross Christ.
Made it a close play out there in right field. Matt Perry got a jump on it, but couldn't quite grab a hold of that ball, and it's a 6-0 lead thanks to more fantastic base running from Sheboygan. Christ holds up at second. Didn't think to go over to third. Wasn't worth it even with that high throw home, but Green Bay, just a bad inning overall, especially for Alstein, as he has now given up 4.
When you have a 4-run lead and you get that kind of a hit, the 1-run scores. Now you're up 5-0. You can afford to send that second guy because you got the big lead anyway. And it worked out. They couldn't get the throw where it needed to be, and Sheboygan scores 2 on the Chris double, and he got the magic back.
Send him over to third. That grip is just not the friend of Tanner right now.
Ross moves over to third. Big 4-run inning. Sheboygan scored 2 in the 4th, and that looked huge at the time because nobody was doing anything with the pitching from Dupre and Coons, but now this 4-run 4th, boy, oh boy.
Might have been the best pitch here. He's going to see all AB right there as he takes it for the outside strike.
Harry 0 for 1. Walked and scored and was hit by a pitch. And he's
Make
hits
it
again.
2 of them. Holy cow, right as you said it.
That might have been off his
the
bat.
Yeah, I guess it was. I mean, certainly you can't. Tanner Alstein, yeah, he's going to go down potentially with the loss in this game, giving up 4 runs. Or actually, no, the other guy went 5, right? Yeah, so he would get it at the end of the day, but Tanner Alstein, not great conditions to come into. Sure, it was a 2-0 game. Who knows what would have happened without the rain, but it has not been helping him so far.
Nope. And if it helps us, great. If it doesn't help them, that's great too.
It's all that matters. Going to try and calm him down here with the runner on third, and Harry Stelt falling behind 1-2. It didn't need to go off the bat.
Harry, good hitter with 2 strikes. I'm not too worried with him up there with the 2 strikes. We got a runner on third. Pitch is inside. Boy, it looked awfully good from up here. Harry had no intentions of swinging at it. He knew it was inside.
Tanner Alstein was halfway back to his dugout.
2 balls and 2 strikes. There are 2 outs. That pitch is just up high a little bit. Tanner Alstein again wanting the call. He's halfway to the dugout. Halfway to the foul line anyway.
Not a happy man as he was ahead 1-2 and threw 2 picture-perfect, beautiful pitches right at Harry Stelt. Didn't bite at any of them. Home plate umpire says no.
Harry draws the walk.
Alstein got to be a little careful with himself now, frustrated on 3 straight ball calls. Can't let it get to you.
No. Northwood's cleanup hitter is Jacob Neese. Jacob with a chance for an RBI. Still perched over at third base is Ross Christ. Harry now over on first. Rain is definitely slowed down. I want you to pay attention to something. When the third out is made, especially if it's a strikeout and the catcher has the ball, should he roll it out to the mound or hand it to the umpire?
Well, he'll roll it out in frustration, but it's not even going to be an option.
There's a
Is this
pop-up
one?
in
It's a
the
little
short
blooper.
center field, and Griffin Summers comes out and makes the nice grab to finally end the inning, but not before Sheboygan comes up with 4 more runs, and after 6 innings of play, it's Sheboygan 6, Green Bay nothing.
Every single second, every minute, every hour, all the whole year through.
It is intense right here.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That's a lot of lemons.
Well, you know what they say when life gives you
We
lemons.
know the saying, Mark.
New Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, packed with lemonade flavor after a lemon of a year.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot.
Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen?
Hello.
Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Noah Emery.
Noah Emery now into pitch. Finally, Blake Kuhn's big day is done. We'll tally up all the numbers for him through 6 innings. Didn't give up a run. That's the big key in this ball game. And Green Bay added 4 more off of Tanner Alstein in the bottom half of the 6th to make this a 6-0 game.
Blake went 6 innings, allowed 2 hits, no runs, walked 3, and struck out a hefty 14 batters.
Oh,
That's more
my.
than 2 strikeouts an inning.
It's unreal. Rain's coming down again now. Well, not that
Emery,
it ever stopped, but
I was
it's...
going to say, Emery's another big guy, throws pretty hard. We saw Sheboygan strike out 19 times in a ball game. Green Bay looking at the same thing happening to them. If we play this game out, this is the 7th appearance for Noah. He's gone 26 innings, has an ERA of 4.15, has struck out 22 batters in his 26 innings. The bugaboo for Noah is the 10 walks.
How many has he started compared to how many he's
4.
played? 4?
Yeah, she's coming down real hard again.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and it's at this rate, if you're in the ballpark, you might as well stay, right? Why would you want to leave when it's pouring even more? Wait a little longer. Why not? See how long we grind this one out.
I was hoping you'd pick me up and take me to my car.
Right.
What? You mean you wouldn't do that for me?
I only got to drive 35 minutes home in this.
Hey, it only takes you 2 minutes to get me to my car.
Takes me 2 minutes to get to my car.
Oh, that's 4 minutes. It's not a big deal.
What's an extra 4 minutes hurt?
There's a ground ball up the middle, Neese over. And can't make the play there.
That transition from third to short is totally different ball game.
Oh, you want to hit, huh? Another error on Neese.
Hey, we're not the ones scoring it.
It's a collaborative effort up here. It's a collaborative effort up here. There's 3 of us.
Bill, the guy's complaining. He thinks that should be a hit. No, yeah, there's a guy down there.
That's all right. It's a home team effort.
He's got a Green Bay hat if it makes you feel any better.
Have we we did give him an error?
Yeah.
Okay.
Third
Error
error
on the play. We had a Green Bay fan right in front of us. You may have heard me talking into the microphone. Politicking for a base hit instead of an error.
He said there's no way they make that play.
As it is, Green Bay has a runner on first, and their number 8 hitter, Matt Perry, the right fielder, is up. He's got a 3-0 count. Emery looking for the strike zone, finds it there.
Definitely don't want to start the inning with 2 on, no out.
Rain coming down pretty heavy again. A pitch in the dirt, skips away from Lorbecky.
You never know if he could stretch it out to third. That thing went way back off the netting, but he does not. It's going to hold runners at first and second, no one out. I think one of the big things here now with the umpire, maybe just try and get through this top half of the 7th, see if Green Bay's able to rebound or counter it all. And then maybe you reconsider.
7-inning game is what you're saying?
And then maybe you reconsider and make the decision.
It's a comfortable 6-run lead, but you need to get some outs. And right now, Green Bay has runners on first and second.
I would say you have to complete
out.
it, yeah, but
Emery spikes that ball, and the runners are going to move up.
He just has no grip at all.
And Tim Moyer calling timeout, giving Emery something to get the mud off the bottom of his spikes. Hopefully that'll help his control.
Well, now CJ was asking me the question is if you can't really end it, if Green Bay's at bat now in the half inning, you kind of have to play through.
Be pretty cheesy to stop the game now.
Exactly. That's the problem when you play on, especially Green Bay 2 on, especially second and third, no one out. Umpires can't all of a sudden call the game and say, hey, that's it. That's no fair to Green Bay.
I'm not making excuses for the umpires, but at this level, the umpires don't see these kind of conditions very often, and they're not used to when do we call it, when do we not call it kind of thing. And, it's a tough call either way, and they're just not used to this kind of thing. Emery throws a strike, evens the count at 1-1.
They're still playing softball over there, so.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to quit if they're still playing.
Oh, no. There's no way they'd stop.
Pitch is outside the strike zone, makes the count 2-1. Green Bay with runners on second and third. They are down 6, but threatening to get back in it.
You see Emery lost his footing right there as he went to throw that pitch. Once again, he falls behind in the count. It's now 3-1.
Green Bay threatening to load the bases. Rain has slowed down considerably. It is still raining, but not real heavy like it was
when
before.
we say it's slowed down, it's still coming down very, very hard compared to usual. And I'm going to go out there and have a little bit of a talk with Emery as the bases are loaded. No one out. Fans getting a little rowdy.
Yeah, this is
top of the order as well.
Top of the order. It's James Bornick is up. Gotta wonder how long Tim Moyer would stick with Noah.
Well, it doesn't look like they got anyone else going over there, so I think you're kind of stuck in this situation now. It's more of just the grip with the feet as well as the hands, because you can see now Emery talking over with the home plate umpire, and I had the far cam so you couldn't really see before, but he was scraping a lot of mud out of his cleats.
Right.
It's just not good conditions on the mound at all.
You'll have to see what the umpires decide to do.
Because again, I mean,
get somebody out there to do something with the mound so the pitcher can pitch off of it without having to worry about falling down. And
if it's unsafe for the pitcher, that's not a situation you
Paul
want.
Paul Grauman coming over to the Sheboygan A's dugout. Now he heads back towards Anthony Sotile, and there comes the grounds crew. Gonna work on the mound.
And I mean,
while
in a
it's raining.
situation like this, bases loaded, no outs, you can't call a game here. You'd almost have to resume it at a later time when the teams play again or something, because
Yeah,
I don't think
they do play each other here, actually. And,
next Tuesday, that
I think
is.
you said next Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's old-timers picnic night. That,
I mean,
that
maybe
game you
you-
may be doing alone part of the, at least a good part of it.
Sounds good to me. Nice break. Bases loaded, no out situation for Green Bay as we're repairing the mound here at Wildwood Park as the rain has been coming down considerably for the past hour or so.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the weekend tournament. Sheboygan won the Wisconsin Amateur Baseball Classic this weekend on Friday in their first game against Kleiman. They won 5-4 on a walk-off base hit by Ross Christ. Then on Saturday, they played 2 games. They beat the Milwaukee Jaguars 8-3, and then in extra innings.
Yeah, this one's crazy.
In extra innings, they beat Vaqueros 12-4.
Doesn't make any
in
sense.
extra innings, and that win advanced them to the semifinals on Sunday. And then it says here on Sunday they met a familiar foe, the Appleton Legends, and Jimmy Jurgensen hit a 3-run walk-off home run to give the A's a 4-1 victory, and that put them into the championship
And
game.
if you remember, if any fans were watching, they played Appleton and had a walk-off in that game not long before. So
You call that game.
Yes, absolutely. Them and Appleton is closely contested as it gets, and then the championship.
Championship game, they played the Kewaskum A's, another familiar opponent, and Jurgensen hit a second home run of the day that propelled the A's to a 7-4 victory and the championship. And that put their winning streak up to 11 games. And we mentioned earlier that Ross Christ was named the tournament's most valuable player.
Seemed to be a toss-up between him and Jurgensen, I would have to expect. But
I would
Christ,
think so too.
Christ earlier poured on a little bit more.
After a little work on the mound, Emery able to throw a strike to James Bornick. Eric Kosenstein, what's wrong with that? 1-1. Bases are loaded, nobody out.
Picking up again as the rain.
Bouncing ball through into right field. 2 runs will score. And the runner on first, Bloom, goes all the way to third. And Green Bay is on the board with a
6-2 now the score here in this ball game as Emery could have been a double play ball, just not positioned over at second. And it ends up scoring 2. Nothing wrong with how the A's were positioned infield-wise. They just found the empty space. And that was a big-time hit for James.
Steven Russell up. The 2, 3, 4, 5. The tying run is on deck, Jordan. This is not looking good.
Seemed like an
And that
afterthought at
is
the
in
end of that 6th inning.
In the person of Sam Ott.
Steals second as that was down low. Hit Rebecki in the bottom as well. He'll have to walk this one off. But now you got runners on second and third. And the key is there's still no one out. Boy,
that's the bad feeling.
If this, you never know how a game like this can go.
First pitch, a ball. And the problem is, we don't have any outs. I mean, they just have not been able to record outs. We've had a E6, a couple of walks, and a 2-run single.
And the problem is when the rain keeps up like this, there's no way Emery's ever going to get his footing. He's never going to be normal how he usually throws. Maybe he can figure out a grip with the ball or try and get some sort of footsteps going on there that he can keep it consistent, but that mound's just going to keep getting dig up.
You still got to throw strikes. I don't care what the conditions are. You got to make adjustments.
There's one.
Was Rebecki that surprised it was a strike that it popped out of his mitt?
It's like he had to move his glove to the center of the strike zone to get it.
2-1 is the count. There's a pop-up on the infield. Christ retreats, makes the call, and the grab for out number 1.
Nice shallow fly out like that. You don't have to worry about a sac fly. It gets through for Emery, and if Lorbecki wasn't paying attention and that thing kept rolling, whew, could have been 6-3.
Yeah, jeez.
Ticky-tacky little run could have potentially came in.
Here's the other thing I remember umpiring in rainy nights like this is keeping the balls dry.
Oh, yeah. You got to
that's a
swap them
challenge.
constantly. You got to dry them off.
You're always
and
exchanging with the dugout
Yep.
balls.
Not after
Nobody on these general admission sections. Everybody's in the middle.
we have one. That's why you pay the big bucks. There's
Drive
a deep
way
fly
out in the
ball.
center field. Kim
See Kim's
makes
arm.
the grab. Throw comes in. Run does score on the sacrifice fly, and that makes it 6-3.
Big
but
part
there are
of
2 outs.
Yeah, I was just going to say the big part of that is that was a very quick 2 outs for Emery. You got the little pop out and then the fly out. Run comes in. Don't really have to worry about it because now home run only damages, makes it a 6-5 game. Doesn't tie it or anything like that. So Emery, just focus on this next batter, get him out. Sure, you gave up 3, but in the grand scheme of things, doesn't matter a whole lot, hopefully.
Hey, get some more runs. Alstein was hittable. Gave up 4 hits in his 1 inning of work.
We'll see if he
That brings
comes
up
out
Elijah
again.
Frank. In the course of this ball game, the one thing that has been pretty consistent is when you walk people or hit people, they wound up coming around and scoring. And 2 of the walks that Emery issued have both scored. Don't walk batters is my point. Ball is fouled straight back. Evens the count at 1-1. There are 2 outs. The score is now 6-3. Frank the hitter. Line drive to short. Passed. Neese out in the left field. Throw comes in. Not in time. And Emery was not in position, and the runner is going to go all the way to third, and Emery is just, he's not hustling out there. Not
at
like
all.
he should be.
Wasn't paying attention as that ball, what could have been just a simple single, turns into 2 extra bases in the 4th error of the game for Sheboygan. 6-4 ball game. Moyer will give home plate umpire a few more balls to swap out, but now 1 hit could tie this ball game. Just basic baseball fundamentals at this point in the game. If you're frustrated with yourself, you're not thinking, you let them go right by you.
Yeah. Hobbetler is up. Ethan is the second baseman for Greater Green Bay. There's a strike.
Emery changed his approach a little bit there, took a little off of it and sent it down the heart of the plate.
You know, it's not pitching good is one thing, but not hustling, that's a whole nother story.
2 completely
Gotta get in
different
position.
animals.
Good stop by Lorbecki to keep that runner on third. There are 2 outs in the inning, but Green Bay is right back in it. They've scored 4 runs in the top of the 7th. Fundamentals.
Who knew they'd come back to haunt you when you were up 6-0 in a ball game? Thankfully for Emery, he's got 2 strikes, 2 outs, just need 1 more swing and miss.
Noah takes a sign and comes set at the belt and delivers. Breaking ball is bounced to Harry at third. He's got it. Throw across is in time to finally end the inning, but not before. Green Bay comes up with 4 runs.
Water personal hand sanitizer with essential oil.
Green Bay on top, 6-4.
By COVID-19. At Northwoods, we're protecting you through this pandemic and the next.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Last year's financial year, excuse me.
Sometimes you need to get out.
The great outdoors.
Free pickup's easy. Just order ahead in the Meyer app.
Okay, now I got to figure out.
We'll figure out the line there for Tanner Alstein in his 1 inning. But speaking of pitchers, welcome back Brandon Woodruff, I should say. He has a 1-earned run over 5 innings, just 2 hits, struck out 10 batters. Good to see Woody back heating up for the Brewers as they beat the Rays 5-3 in the ball game tonight. But back here in Sheboygan, Tanner Alstein, big-time inning, gave up 4, and we got a whole new pitcher, number 23 for Green Bay.
Andrew Schrader. Tanner Alstein went 1 inning, gave up 4 hits, 4 runs. They were all earned. Walked 1, struck out 1. Looks like Sheboygan needs to score some more runs to win this ball game. I don't think this 2 runs is going to hold up.
Not anymore. No run is safe in these conditions. No lead
Schroeder
is safe.
not a real big guy, but throws the ball pretty good, it looks like. All right, were you able to get some stats on him?
On Andrew, no.
Okay. See what we got here. Andrew, 6 1/3 innings. Gave up 15 hits, 14 runs, 11 of them earned. Has an ERA of 15.63.
Yeah, it's a little high.
You got to think he's better than that, but hopefully not. Breaking ball is low. Jonathan Kim leading it off. Kim singled his last time up.
Rain is definitely slowed down.
Ball skips off of Russell's glove back to the backstop. It's 2-0. Sheboygan was riding comfortably with a 6-0 lead, but a 4-run 7th has put Green Bay right back in the ball game. And a bouncing ball to the first baseman, Frank, and he trots to the bag and just gets there in time.
Goodness.
Did a little nonchalant thing, but he had time.
Well, and that's a big kudos as well to Jonathan Kim for running it out. He stayed in there, he hustled, and he nearly beat it out. Well, you don't talk about basic fundamentals in the world of baseball. That right there, you never know what can happen, and he almost got there.
Exactly. Good point. Brady Zekrazin up. Takes that first pitch for a strike. Hey, Bill, did you get the 50-50, how much it was? $206 you people out in internet land lost out on tonight. Could have came to the ball game, bought a 50-50 ticket, and walked. You could have bought us all a soda here in the press box. But no, you're sitting at home watching the game.
I mean, do you really blame them for not wanting to come out in the rain?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Get underneath the backstop. Buy the more expensive ticket.
They're not that much more expensive. It's like $2.
Yeah, right.
Not going to break the bank.
And if you win the 206, who cares?
Then you can buy season tickets.
Brady with an infield single. He'll take it. Ryan Flesh is going to pinch hit for Bennett Becker, who came in to pinch run in the 6th. We talked a little bit about Brad the other day when he came in to hit. He's a good hitter. As I say that, he's not listed on the sheet.
Not at all?
I think he is. I'm just not finding it.
He's on the very top, that's why.
Oh.
He's
like
the best
I said,
hitter.
he's a pretty good hitter.
429. He has 14 at-bats, 6 hits. Struck out twice, walked once, 3 RBIs. This will be his 8th game appearing as a hitter. He'll get 1 or 2, likely just 1 AB. Whoa, almost got him.
Pitches inside, makes the count 2-1.
Switching out the DH from number
maybe
32 to 42.
Bill quick on the trigger over there, getting those balls and strikes up on the scoreboard. It's 1-1, 1 out. Zach Grisson on at first, taking a good lead. With all the rain, you got to think the base paths are not quite as quick as they were at the beginning of the game.
No, definitely not. And the discoloration on the mound as well.
Jimmy went 1 for 3 with an RBI. Bennett Becker came in and ran for him and scored in that 6th inning. And now it's Brad Reinflesch pinch hitting in the 7th. So it's 3 players in that one spot in the batting order. Pitch in the dirt. Throw gets away, but not far enough for Brady to advance to third base.
Yeah, well, and Ethan Hepler wasn't even really on the bag. He was kind of positioned behind it with that throw, maybe more or less expecting it to hop. Really had no play at all to get the runner.
Yeah. Good release by Russell. He caught the pitch as best he could and threw it down there, but was short. And nice stolen base for Brady, Zach Grisson. And now Reinflesch with a great opportunity to drive in a run. We're in the 7th. Sheboygan's up, but only by 2. That pitch gets away from Russell. Wild pitch. That's another thing that's been a little consistent in this ball game. The starters were outstanding for both clubs. The relief pitching has been a lot short of that.
On the span of 2 pitches, Zach Grisson goes from first to third, and Reinflesch, who is down 1-2 in the count, it's now full.
He's up. Waiting on deck is Jacoby Andreas. Check swing in the dirt, and that's ball 4.
There they appealed.
They appealed it down, right? And Paul Groman says no swing, and I think that was a good call. I think he swung.
We don't have the slow motion cam from the pitcher's eyes where we can see it.
Okay, you said he's on. Let's see if he's got any stolen bases. No steals, no caught stealing, so Brady has, Brad has not attempted any stolen bases yet.
That was the time. In the wet conditions, slip, fall.
Jacoby drove in the first 2 runs with that single down the third base side. Bounced away from Sam Ott.
Oof.
Swing and a miss on a pitch out of the strike zone. Makes it 0-2. Schrader on the hill now for Greater Green Bay, trying to keep it a 2-run game.
He's settled in at this AB. Thrown 2 good ones. Make it 3.
A good fastball. Jacoby not able to hit it and goes down swinging, and that leaves Caleb Lorbecki in the clutch spot now with 2 outs.
Got to take the catching gear off, and he's got the runners on the corners. Just 1 run would certainly help, give you a nice 3-run lead, a little extra comfort. But the big thing I'm looking at when I see the scoreboard is Green Bay. They got 4 runs off 4 hits, and also the A's have 4 errors.
Yeah. All right, Lorbecki last time up got an RBI single. Hopefully he can do that again.
Finally. No way.
Pitch in the dirt, gets away from Russell. It'll allow the runner on first. Reinflesch to move to second, but not able to score was a runner on third, Brady Zach Grisson.
And sadly doesn't go down as a stolen base either.
No, it's a wild pitch.
Now a much better situation here at the plate for Lorbecki. Runners on second and third.
Takes away the force play at second. That helps.
Lebecky with just 2 RBIs on the season.
Did you count the one tonight? Did he get
Make it 3.
Make it 3. Schroeder comes set. Another pitch in the dirt. Oh, he's the one that's looking at the mound and trying to get it scored away.
It's crazy how from one at-bat to another it makes all the difference.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the
2-0.
think it stopped.
Looks like it stopped. You look out at the lights in the outfield. It's not showing rain.
What a breaking pitch, but just missed low.
3-0. Waiting on deck is the leadoff hitter, Gus Walker. Walker would love to get up with the bases loaded. See if Lorbecki's swinging at this pitch or not. And it's off the corner for ball 4.
There it is. There's your situation. Top of the lineup for Sheboygan. Bases are juiced. 2 outs for Walker.
Walker had hits his first 2 trips up. Then he struck out and reached on a fielder's choice in the 6th and scored. That was that little bouncer to Ott where he did the backhanded flip to the catcher who made the tag at home plate.
Robbed him of an RBI.
Good speed on the bases. There's a beautiful breaking ball in for a strike. Walker, a speedy outfielder. Anything on the infield, he has a chance of beating out. There's a ground ball up the middle. High hop, nice hop for the second sacker who makes the play over to first for the out. And that ends the 7th inning. After 7 complete, Sheboygan still up, but only by 2, 6-4.
I've never really been into this sappy, corny, mushy garbage. You know what? I'm going for it.
You are completely and utterly
Awesome. Great. I'm glad you showed up.
in my life.
I could never get through this world without you. You are really close to my...
Heart!
I think I'm about to cry. You better not.
Every single time I...
Get down, get down!
There you are. You always have...
My back, my back. I'm so glad you're alive.
It's like all these tiny little things...
Yes, things.
...are serious and kind of important.
You gotta hold it like a baby bird.
And
please be quiet.
listen. You hear that?
That's a little something I like to call
Friendship.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Back at Wildwood Park, we're getting ready to start 8th inning action. The rain has stopped, and I don't know about you, Jordan, but I might give kudos to the umpires for playing through it, because it did stop.
I mean, there's a 100% chance of rain at 10 o'clock, and it's starting again in 11 minutes, so we'll see.
I think that's Cole McClavic on the mound doing some work there. Getting
Poor
it ready
guy.
for the pitchers. Cole, when we had that event last week, the sponsors night, announced himself as Cole McClavic, player coach.
Yes, he did.
Leading off the 8th inning for Greater Green Bay is Griffin Summers. First pitch is a strike.
Good news for Emery. He's got no one on base right now, no one to think about. Clean slate of mind. Forget about that 7th inning, and now you just work through the 8th. Obviously, Sheboygan would love to use him in the 8th and 9th to get through and then not
Another-
even see the bottom half of the ninth inning, keep the
Yeah,
score
that'd be
intact, or
great.
add a few more.
We're 6 outs away from a win.
Way too soon to say that.
Oh, no. After he strikes this guy out, it's going to be 5 outs away from a win. Pitch rides up high. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Griffin Summers up. Griffin is 0 for 3, but he's done his best work out in the field. He's done a nice job at shortstop for Greater Green Bay. And a breaking ball is fouled off. Emery on the hill in relief of Blake Coons, who pitched 6 innings, a shutout ball. He was outstanding tonight. 1 hopper out to Christ. He's got it. Makes the easy throw over to Jacoby Andreas for the out. And there's 1 out in the 8th inning. It's always nice to get that lead off.
It wasn't a strikeout like you said it was going to be, but they got it nonetheless.
All we need are outs. Van Ness is next. Trent had a nice night tonight. Had a play back in the early innings. It might have been one of Walker's hits to left field that he really hustled over and picked the ball up and threw it back in, holding the hitter to a single. If he does a lazy attempt, the runner could have advanced to second. Pitch rides up high. It's 2-0.
Bottom of the order here for Green Bay. Could be good or bad, however you want to look at it, depending on who you want to see in the 9th.
We thought it was going to be good when we started the 7th inning. It didn't turn out so great.
Not at all.
Sheboygan trying to extend their winning streak to 12 games. They came into tonight on an 11-game winning streak, trying to make it 12, and also, more importantly, trying to hold on to first place in the NEW.
Going to 6-1 and bumping Green Bay to 6-3 in that league would be very, very nice. And also in the state league, when you look at it there, then putting the A's at 8-8, back to 500 to win here tonight would be big time.
They were big time below 500, and there's a swing and a foul tip right into the glove of Lorbecky, and that's out number 2 here in the 8th inning, and that's going to bring up Matt Perry.
State league action, I'll find the exact record, but I think they were like 1-7 because they had that 0-4 weekend. They weren't doing well at all, and then finally they bounced it around. They were 1-5, and then they ended up being 2-7, and then they were 3-8. So they've had a long fight back.
There's a bunt down the third base side, rolling foul. Harry Stelt running in and getting it, tosses it to the A's dugout where they'll dry that ball off. Annalise coming into the press box, bringing us some pretzel bits. Those are for us, right? That's a community share now? I think the I don't know means no. That's only for Annalise.
Not a good answer.
No, not for us. That pitch is in the dirt. Evens the count at 1-1 for Matt Perry.
Annalise is a Cubs fan. Do you hear that?
Smart girl.
Yeah.
Stick with the Cubs.
He went.
Peel down is a strike.
I feel like it's the first time we've seen an umpire say strike all year and say he went.
I think you're right. Actually,
every single time they say no. It's also
I
very
remember
true.
umpiring with a guy, and at home plate when they made the appeal, he yelled out to me, "He didn't swing on that, right?" Now as a base umpire, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
No, he swung at it, you knucklehead. Yeah.
Supposed to do your job. That's what you're supposed to do.
Exactly. This umpire he was actually a pretty good umpire. He just had a bad personality. Hey, there it is. Called. Strike 3. Good breaking ball by Noah Emery. Great bounce back inning by the kid. And after 7.5, Sheboygan up 6-4.
And the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For your heating and cooling needs, call Advanced Comfort Systems. Sheboygan Advanced Comfort Systems, Sheboygan's only Carrier Factory authorized dealer.
When a Bud Light legend comes back, they do it carrying a squeaky beach chair, an inflatable dolphin, and a cooler full of perfectly chilled Bud Lights on hot sand, wearing only one flip-flop. Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. Serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious.
Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
It is.
Because it's back-to-back Legend Larry's one. So
Andrew Schrader still on the mound for Greater Green Bay, and leading off the bottom of the 8th inning is Ross Christ. I'd like to see Sheboygan get a couple more runs, Jordan, just to
be sure for Emery in the 9th.
Make it more sure. Schrader's first pitch is outside for a ball. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Sheboygan's up by 2. They were coasting until the bottom of the 6th. Pardon me, the top of the 7th.
I was going to say that as well when we got to that point. It was a very quick-moving game. Still not bad. We'll be around the 2.5, 240.
You're right. It's 10 o'clock now. That would put it at 2.5 hours right now, which isn't too bad, I guess.
Because we're planning on not seeing a bottom half of the 9th.
Delayed call by home plate umpire Worth. It's called a strike. Makes it 2-1. There's a drive into right field. That's going to drop for a base hit. And another hit for Ross Christ.
2, 3, 4, a good part of the order to add on some more runs.
Yeah.
Harry Stelt, maybe if he doesn't get hit or get thrown inside, he can do something with it.
Harry, bit of a tough night. He struck out in the first, then he walked, then he got hit by a pitch, and then he got a ball that was right off the end of his bat. We thought he was hit. He stayed in there, and he wound up walking again. He'd certainly love to get some pitches to hit and have some fun. We'd like it too. Schrader's pitch is in the dirt. Good stop by Russell.
You know what one would think is a good night? Oh, I got walked twice. I got on base 3 of my 4 times.
Yeah,
Harry's
right.
like, nah, I'm not a fan of that night.
Stephen Russell, the Greater Green Bay catcher, hasn't done much at bat, but he's done a pretty nice job behind home plate.
Obviously let a few balls get by him, but both catchers have been doing that tonight. Nothing you can do with some of these
Harry
throws.
had a pitch to hit right there and fouled it straight back.
Rain is picking up again.
Yeah, you're right, a little bit. Let's call it after 8.
Let's call it after 8. That wouldn't upset him at all. Oh, yeah.
There's a strike on the outside corner.
The problem is when you didn't call it at the top of the 7th, you're basically committing to playing through no matter what.
Well, and I think he made the right call not to call it. I think playing through, and for the most part now the weather hasn't been too bad. Bouncing ball through the hole. The second baseman went over to cover the bag, and that's right where Harry hit it. And Chris trots into third base easily, and Harry is on at first with a single.
Good old-fashioned hit and run, whether it was intended to or not. Ross Quist was on the move. That's why the second baseman came over, and Harry clocked it right through.
Harry with a great base hit. That brings up Jacob Neese with another RBI opportunity.
I mean, the other option, right? I mean, we got no outs in the inning. Is the A's just score 8 runs, make it 14-4, and then we go home.
Ooh, that would be pretty sweet.
See?
They ruled them up in Green Bay 12-0. It was a 5-inning affair. They did lose up in Green Bay, their first game of the season, their first matchup 9-6. Jacob Neese looking for a base hit.
There were a lot of errors in that 9-6 loss, if I remember right, when we were looking at the thing. I don't remember how many there was, but one of our new game-by-game little logs.
I showed you that one description
that
of the game where it said,
that was it.
Was that the one?
Yeah.
Ridiculous umpiring for a game recap.
Ooh.
Swing and a miss by Jacob makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. In our stats package for tonight's game came a recap of all the games that have been played this year, and I think it's in this page here. I should give that to you. There's a high pop-up on in the outfield, in the center field.
Kind of shallow.
Catch is made. Christ holds up.
Yeah, I absolutely would have sent him, but they held him up.
I think they maybe didn't have a good read on what kind of arm that center fielder has.
I'll find it.
Yeah. I'm hoping I gave you all the sheets.
Yo, I got to put them in order now.
That
Here
brings up Jonathan Kim.
My goodness, Sheboygan had 6 errors in that loss.
Oh, boy.
They
got 4 tonight. Let's make sure this isn't a loss.
Bad
Kim,
luck as well was another thing listed in that loss.
Kim takes that nice breaking pitch from Andrew Schrader for a strike. Jonathan is 1 for 4, singled and scored in the 6th inning. Christ on at third. That's a pop-up. Summers drifting into short left field, makes the easy catch. And now there are 2 outs with runners on first and third, and Brady Zach Grisson is up. Brady singled his last time. Let's hopefully he can come through here and get another run in for Sheboygan.
I'll have you read the description after the full thing. That's some good stuff in there.
Nine players left on base for Sheboygan so far in this ball game. Brady pops that one straight up. Coming back is Russell. Throws the mask away and overran it.
Exactly what catchers always seem to do.
Drops in foul territory. Nobody touched it. So Brady is still up there with a chance. Driving a run.
Russell frustrated with himself there. Could have got out of it with no damage done. Now still a chance for the A's to get things going. You look back to that decision not to send Ross Christ with no outs on the sac fly.
But I can see the reason for not sending him with nobody
yeah.
out. Yeah, you expect a little bit more from your next 2 hitters. Pitch is in there for a strike.
Harry basically walked from first to second.
It's kind of like a stolen base.
It's like as free as a base can get.
Are we going to credit him with a stolen base, or is it defensive indifference? Pitch is up high. We'll change that to defensive indifference.
The old DI. I'm a nice guy. I would have gave him a stolen base.
As long as it's not a DWI.
Oh, true. Totally different.
2 balls and 1 strike. Runners on second and third now for Sheboygan. A good rip at that pitch, but fouled it straight back.
Down to the final strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. 2 is the deficit for Green Bay. 2 is the number of their catcher.
Go ahead, say it.
Deuces are wild.
Thank you.
I was trying to think if there were any more 2s anywhere.
Come on, Brady, get a hit. Pitches in the dirt. Great stop by Russell.
Did a 360, didn't know where it was.
One of the fans saying, over here. 3-2 is the count.
Yeah, he's saying 2-2. Alrighty.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Schrader comes set and delivers. Zach Grisson falls that one straight back. He's hanging in there.
That's what he's got to do here. What we thought was a full count isn't indeed, so now he's got a little more room.
Brad Reinflesch waiting to get up to the bat for his second trip this game.
Imagine he has the bases loaded. Grand slam.
Harry's on at second. Ross Christ is on at third. There are 2 outs. That pitch is way outside. Now it's 3-2.
Braden's been steady all throughout the bottom half
DJ
of the inning.
Jazzy Def giving us a clap your hands.
For all the faithful that braved the storms and are staying here.
Swing and a miss. Schrader works out of it. Another 2 runners left on base for Sheboygan. But after 8 complete, Sheboygan on top, 6-4.
Just order ahead in the Meijer app.
Spells the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef. It's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family-owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community, and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Emery still on the hill for Sheboygan as we enter the top of the 9th. It's going to be Tyler Bloom leading it off for Greater Green Bay. And then it's to the top of the order.
Whoa, heads up.
Swing and a miss. Tim Moyer running over to get the bat for Tyler. It's a nice gesture.
They were sitting there, if you remember earlier in the game.
Right,
That's where
yeah.
they were sitting. That could have been dangerous.
They weren't sitting there when it was raining, though.
Umpire actually kicked them out. He said, no, you can't sit there.
Actually, that's the way it should be.
Yep.
Get in the dugout. That's where you belong. 1-1 is the count. We're in the 9th inning. Sheboygan up 2. Noah Emery trying to finish it out. Pick up a 3-inning save. He had trouble in his first inning of work, the 7th. He allowed 4 runs, but worked a 1-2-3 8th inning and looking to pitch another shutout inning here.
Boy, does he need one. I mean, you can give up 1 run, I guess, at the end of the day, but not 2.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Bloom. Tyler 0 for 1 with a couple of walks. Showing a good eye from that 9th spot.
3rd time tonight, one has been off the mask, Lurbecky.
Yeah, Lurbeky's got 3 of those. I think it was Russell only had 1, I
Yes,
believe.
he only had 1, and Lurbecky also caught one low where the cup
Yeah,
is. So
yeah, right. That was a oops.
hectic night.
Breaking pitch is fouled off. Good job of hanging in there by Tyler Bloom. Probably the story of the game so far has been Blake Coons. He was just a beast out there, striking out 14 batters in only 6 innings and only allowing 2 hits. And that pitch out of the strike zone now makes the count 3 balls and 2 strikes.
One of the big keys here in the inning for Emery, not letting anyone get on, never even have that tying run touch the plate, but 1 ball away from that not coming true.
And that pitch isn't even close for ball 4. It's going to bring up the leadoff hitter, James Bornick.
It's kind of what I was alluding at there in the bottom of the 8th, or top of the 8th. Sure, you might have a nice quick inning, you get by the bottom half of the order, but now here in the 9th, game on the line, you're facing the top and arguably, usually, I guess, the most dangerous part. So rain's coming down a little harder once again.
What Bloom has done in that 9th spot, he doesn't have a hit, but he's been on base 3 of the 4 times, all by walks. He's showing a good eye. So ball hit up in the air in foul territory. I don't think there's going to be a play made on it. No, it's in the bullpen area. There's always a certain feeling you get when you get that leadoff hitter too. You know, it's if you do it as a defensive player or pitcher, you know, you feel really good about yourself. You know, it invigorates you a little bit. If you're offense and you get that guy on, you know, it does the same thing for you.
No, especially if you can get that guy on the second base with a stolen base.
You know, you got that lead or that jump on the pitcher. Emery allowed him to get a big lead, and Larbecki had no chance of throwing him out. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Breaking ball is bounced foul.
He's going to love for that one to stay fair.
Yeah.
Just to get 1 out, don't matter if the runner advances to
runner
third or not.
on second doesn't mean all that much. You got to get outs.
However you can get him. Again, Emery in a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Last time he fell behind 3-2 and walked them on a high outside pitch. Needs a good one. Another flying bat.
Yeah, wow.
That one almost hit his own guy.
If you're the on-deck hitter, keep your head up.
And that's kind of why you stand on that side. Obviously, when you play baseball and you're young, you learn you stand on the side of the batter because you're not going to get a ball over there. But no one ever really tells you about a bat flying at you.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Bornick trying to hang in there. His team is down by 2 runs. Pitch rides inside. It's 3-2 again.
Throw a strike any way you can here.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't matter what pitch, what speed, just get it in there.
Pitch is down low for ball 4.
Arms
and
go
the
up
first
in
2 runners reach
frustration.
on walks. This happened back in the 7th inning. Actually, the first hitter reached on an error, and then he walked the next 2. And Tim Moyer coming out. Oh, boy, nothing comes easy. You know, and you think about the last couple innings for Sheboygan on offense, they had some opportunities and didn't cash in.
I was thinking of something easy. The 7th triple play in A's history. It's going to come right here.
There you go. Hot shot to Harry. Step on the bag. Round the horn. And they're bringing in
Rindfleisch.
Brad Rindfleisch. We saw him do this the other night and get a save.
That's going to be a tough earned save here today, but obviously the runners responsible to Emery, those being the ones on first and second. Brad Rindfleisch came into DH, had 1 at bat, nearly got a second, and now here he is coming to pitch in a crucial part of the ball game with the rain coming down considerably. It's a 6-4 lead for Sheboygan. There's no one out in the inning. Brad Rindfleisch with a chance to get a save. However, there's runners on first and second.
Of those 4 runs that scored in the 7th, only 2 of those were earned. Actually, only 1 of them was earned.
Only 1 of the 4?
Yeah.
Not bad. Well, yeah, they had like 20 errors that inning.
We did have 2. But 20 sounds good
20
too.
sounds enough. Brad Reinflesch, he's appeared in 7 games this year, started 6 of those 7. He went 4 complete games at a crazy par, 34 and 2/3 innings, given up 21 runs with only 16 of them being earned, struck out 58 and walked just 24. And ultimately, he comes into this game with a 4-2 record with, as you said, he has that save on his resume, and the only time he didn't start, he ended up getting a save. So he would love to do that here today. Going to take him a few pitches to get the grip, figure things out, as it basically all comes down to this, unless the A's want to bat in the bottom half.
Emery went 2 innings, only gave up 2 hits. The bugaboo was the 4 walks. Did have 2 strikeouts. His line is not complete. He's responsible for the runners on base. He has allowed 4 runs so far. Those happened in the 7th inning. And of those 4, only one of them was earned.
Here we go.
Steven Russell is up. Tying run is on base. Nobody out. Jordan gave you good information on Brad. He's been using him in relief the last couple times that we've seen him. And he's done a good job with that. Hopefully he can continue that here tonight. Bunt is popped up. Harry's got it. Runner on second. Bloom not off far enough to be able to make a play on him, but we do have an out in the inning.
See, that could have been the triple play. The runners would have kept running, and then you could have thrown a second and a first, and you could have got it.
Hit and run on a bunt play.
Yep.
That
Bunts
brings up Sam
been.
Ott. We've talked about Sam. He's featured in a lot of the dialogue tonight, both on offense and defense. Most of it good.
Bunts have not been coming easy tonight. We saw the A's, that Ross Christ bunt. I believe it was Christ who tried to get in a runner from third, and that was that beautiful play Ott made with the little backhand throw as Reinflesch gets a strike.
You know, that was Walker.
It was Walker, okay.
Yeah,
I knew it was the top of the
exactly
lineup. I didn't know which one.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's what you're here for.
We got to get, yeah, I don't know about that, but let's get Ott out here. Sam a little bit late on that one. Reinflesch has good velocity on his fastball.
Hopefully it stays that way, as the rain is similar to what it was back in the 7th.
You know, we talked about this in the early innings. You know, it's about who shows up, and it's nice to have a guy like Brad on the bench. You know, whether it's going to be to come on and pinch hit, or whether it's going to be come in
do
and
both, which is what he's had to do here tonight. Down 0-2 is Ott, and it's a great position to be in if you're Reinflesch. And you also got a double play at second and third, at first and second, at third and first. I mean, who knows? There's a lot of options right now.
Ott sitting with an 0-2 count. There is one out. The tying runs are on base with Bornick on at first and Bloom on at second. Both of those runners walked. Reinflesch out of the strike zone with that 0-2 pitch.
He's got a few to waste if he wants to, but I see no reason in doing so, especially with that wet ball. Throw it over the head of Lorbecky, it gets in the dirt, have those runners advance, not what you want at all.
Breaking ball is popped up on the infield. It's going to drop into center field for a hit. Kim throwing, takes a high hop. Reinflesch is back there, but it took such a bad hop.
Bounced off
it got
the mound.
by him. A run scores, and the runners move up to second and third.
There's absolutely nothing you can do there if you're Jonathan Kim on the throw. It just took a wild hop off the mound. It went over the head of Lorbecky and Reinflesch, who is backing him up behind the plate. And now with one out in the inning, Green Bay is within one, and they have runners on second and third.
They got a run in. They have the tying run on third. The lead run is on at second. Jordan said there's only one out. It was a dying quail, just made it over the infield.
Yeah, it was such a
out of the reach
blooper.
of the shortstop and the second baseman. Oh, boy. They're going to walk the batter Frank intentionally. And that sets up a force play, which is a smart move. Habeckler's up. Ethan is 0 for 4. Let's make it 0 for 5.
Yeah, oh boy. He's due, isn't he? I think now is a good time to call the game because of the weather. We can't play anymore. We got to go.
That's not going to happen.
Oh. Oh. If he hit him, this game would have been tie.
That pitch is inside for ball 1. Bases are loaded for Green Bay. They're only down 1. This is for first place in the NEW. Sheboygan will get their at-bats in the bottom of the 9th. Another pitch for a ball.
You kind of forget about the 11-game win streak at this point in time. You're just worried about holding first place in the league, getting back to 500 in the state league. There's a lot riding on this game here tonight. That intentional walk, even though the count's 2-0, you can still get that force out at home, which is a big, big key.
There's a pitch on the outside corner for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Nice rowdy bunch of fans in front of us here. They've stuck out through the majority of the game.
Got a couple of Green Bay fans in the stands below us. They're obviously enjoying this now.
Yeah.
Lorbecky pulled it back in the zone, and they wound up getting the call. It's 2-2.
The second pitch of the at-bat, or to this at-batter, looked a lot better than that one did.
Beckler looking to do something. Takes strike 3, and he does.
Lorbecky was
just
celebrating.
Like it happened in the first inning with the delayed strikeout call.
Lorbecky was celebrating before he even got the strike call, but it was the same spot, so I had to assume it was going to be.
The other thing that might happen is the umpire might be saying something.
He could be, yeah.
They're hearing it, and
right.
then, finally we see it.
Maybe he says strike 3 and then makes his little lazy motion.
Exactly.
I don't
Griffin
know.
Summers up. Summers is a tough out. Sheboygan 1 out away from winning this ball game. Pitch is in there for strike 1. Summers steps out again, doesn't like that call.
Yeah, he can't believe it.
He's not been happy with his times at bat all night.
Green Bay's dugout getting a little bit rowdy as well. They're getting loud in there, expressing their frustration.
Swing and a miss. Rindfleisch with a good fastball.
Heater.
Let's see what he does now. 0-2 on that last hitter. He wasted a pitch. Didn't want to come in with a 0-2 fastball or with another strike anyway.
I see no reason to waste one. The risk is not worth the reward.
Infield is deep at all 4 positions. That pitch comes in high. One ball, 2 strikes. There's 2 outs. The bases remain loaded. It's still a 1-run Sheboygan lead.
Rindfleisch looking to keep it that way on the 1-2 pitch.
Which rides outside. 2-2. This is the pitch you got to make it happen.
Absolutely.
On. You don't want to go 3-2.
Then you get in your own head. You start to worry about things because then a walk ties the game. You get the last strike, you get the out, however you can get it. This ball game is over.
Swing and a miss. Foul tick into the middle. Lorbecky for the 3rd out. Sheboygan wins it by a score of 6-5. They run their state league record to 8-8. And remain in first place in the NEW with now a 6-1 record. Green Bay drops to 6-3. on the season. For the game, Sheboygan or Green Bay had 5 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error. Sheboygan 6 runs, 10 hits, and 4 errors. The winning pitcher for Sheboygan was Blake Coons. Brad Reinflesch gets the save. The losing pitcher, tough luck loser for Green Bay, was Owen Dupre. And our next broadcast will be on Thursday, June 30th, when the A's host West Allis in a 7:30 Wisconsin State League game. Jordan, anything to...
That's a big win, especially for Brad Reinflesch to get that final out. Like we said, 12-game win streak, sole possession of first place. Now they're 2-1 against Green Bay this year. They'll play them 5 times. Only 4 of those times matter in the State League, though, or in the NEW League, I should say. You only play those teams 4. You play the State League 5. So only 4 of those 5 games will count in both leagues. But at the end of the day, the win streak continues. The A's didn't let it get to them when Emory gave up 4 in the 7th. That was a big turning point in this game. Sheboygan couldn't add any more, but they didn't need to at the end of the day, and this is a big-time win. Come on down to the ballpark
I thought for
Thursday.
sure they needed to add 2, but
yes.
they didn't, like you said, but they were able to work through it.
Thursday at the ballpark. First 150 fans. Get here nice and early. You get yourself a Gus Walker poster. It's a beautiful poster, and we'll get on out of here tonight. What a game.
Yep, Sheboygan runs their streak up to 12 games with a 6-5 win. For my partner, Jordan Lorenz, I'm Mike Martin saying thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you on Thursday.